All right, everybody, and welcome to another episode of Forever Rivals. How is everyone going? How is everyone? Scotty Tompkins, how are you, mate?
Mate, I am fantastic. I'm still waiting to come back down to earth after Saturday night, the big TJP Live 4. What a fantastic evening so far. They just get better and better every time. And, of course, the best part about it, besides fuck the guest, fuck the host, it's all about getting to meet everybody that we see here regularly in the chat. And I'd like to give a massive shout out to Rocco Moro and his beautiful family, as well as the great Petra Khan. Finally getting to meet the two of you fellas. It was an absolute pleasure, mate. I had a ball. I wish I could have stuck around longer, but no, it was fantastic. And yeah, just besides that, just trying to adjust to the new working man's lifestyle. I've starting to become a bit of a morning person, believe it or not. In my advanced age, you can't really stay up too late these days. So I'm up at Sparrow's Fart and walking to work, going to the gym, and then toiling for 8 hours, and then walking home once again just to go straight to bed and do it all over again. But I only stay up for the TJP, fellas.
That's it. And the reason you're walking to work is your own fault, mate. You inflicted your own pain there, didn't you?
I plead the fifth. The only thing I'll say is that highway patrol, a bunch of fucking dogs, and look, mate. No, I don't want. I'm not gonna say it.
Nah, it's all good. It's all good. And we'll go to Liam because Liam was also there. He was representing the Tiger Army at the TJP4. How are you? And how was the night?
Yeah, good, mate. Definitely the odd one out. I don't think I've met another Richmond supporter there, but no, as Scotty said, it was a great event. It was really cool to come down, listen to the lads have a chat about some footy. They gave us some really good stories, some unfiltered stories. I'm not sure we can share here, but very good to listen to on tonight. And it was really great to meet everyone. Also, put some names to faces, meet some people from the chat, meet you guys as well. Yeah, really great weekend all around.
Now, Liam, there is one person that you met who's a bit of a well-known identity amongst the Carlton circles. What did you think of when you met the great man Dino on Saturday night? Because he bailed you up for a bit, I noticed, and had a good chat to you about the Tigers.
Yeah, he did a bit, but it was right in the middle of when I was trying to listen to Rocco and the Monday Blues boys. But he's a pretty interesting fella.
When Dino talks, mate, you listen. Who cares who's on stage, mate?
I did get that sort of impression, yeah.
I loved at the end when he went up to Favola. And he goes, "You're a fucking star, mate. You're a star. You're a legend." He came out, "You're a legend, mate." And then I'm looking at him like he's a star, man, himself. So it was a great night.
Good energy.
It was a great night to meet. Anyway, to get up on stage and speak to Favola and Brad Pearce and Scotland, it was it went on for like double the time we were meant to do that. It was only going to go for about an hour, the stage talk, but went for nearly 2.5 hours. So it was really good. And Brendan was a star. He came up and I thought he was going to be a bit of a love me doing that, but no, he was one of the guys, man. All the stories, drinking some beers, he signed everything, he took photos with everyone. He was a star, so it was a big night. Marco, how are you, mate?
Yes, good evening, boys, and good evening to the chat. Looking forward to tonight's show. But my apologies, Rocco, for Saturday night's TJP live show. I would have loved to have gone, mate.
But you had a birthday, didn't you?
Yeah, I had my daughter's 16th birthday, and we had a bit of a party at my place. So my apologies for that, mate. I would have loved to have gone and to meet up, with the TJB crew and see Liam and Scotty. I think I might have met Scotty a couple of years ago. It would have been nice to have been there, mate. And Liam, did you feel like you were a little bit of a celebrity when you were there? Like people were coming up to you and saying, "Hey, Liam, you're from the Forever Rivals."
Few people recognise Liam. Don't you worry about that. They recognise
Liam. Weird, because some people you recognise from their profile, and then there was other people. But I like Rocco Morrow. I didn't recognise him when I first met him, but I was like, no, I know who you are, of course. Like, and then it's like stuff like that was kind of tripped me out a bit. But
yeah,
not
fantastic. Yeah, I hope you boys.
Apparently, my stand-up was the best part of the night. I thought I did okay. It's pretty daunting to get up there and try to make people laugh for 10 minutes, but I reckon I did all right. If I just worked out, if you just swear a bit and just give it to a few people, usually that gets it.
No, you just bagged Ivy Chatfield the whole time. That's what you did. That's all I remember of it.
I bagged Carlton. I bagged our president.
Very briefly.
Yeah, very briefly. Bag them, and then Abby Chatfield deserves everything she gets, the big fucking shit she is. How are you, Mick? Saka. Is it Saka or is it Sucker? What is it?
Saka.
All right, Saka. How are you? So we got the Collingwood representative here. Manny again bailed out again. Absolutely weak as. But we got Mick. He's come on. He's gonna fly the flag, as they say, for the Magpie. How are you going, mate?
I'm very good. I'm sorry I couldn't join you last Saturday night. I had so much on, and I tried my best. But when you're at a Filipino birthday party and you're trying to get out of there, and then the karaoke machine comes out, I'm a hard rock guy, and the heaviest thing on that machine is probably something like Bon Jovi, Always, or something. So that gave me the excuse to get out of there. But then I'm getting all these calls from my mates to go to the soccer match at Heidelberg. That's my team that I've always supported, and I had to go there. And anyway, we had a good night there. But I had these visions of telling Heath Scotland a lot of Collingwood questions if I was to have appeared that night. But
you would have been a brave man to get up in front of everybody and ask questions about Collingwood that night.
The crowd did get to ask questions, so you could have asked the question.
He told you how much Mick Malthouse is a fucking dog or another word, and would have filled you in on that.
Yeah. Does he have? Can I ask? Does he have his time at Collingwood? You would have asked him. Did he have he's not that, he doesn't have many good things to say, no?
Not one bit,
he's
no.
Spoken about this before. He doesn't like Mick Malthouse, and that's one of the reasons he left, and then he ended up coming to Carlton, so that was the issue. But look, he's got mates there, so of course he's got mates there, but he just thought he wasn't given the opportunity that he wanted, even though he played in 2 grand finals. He wasn't given that opportunity. Malthouse made it pretty clear that he wasn't going to give him those opportunities. So he went off to Carlton where he was going to get more opportunity there and more midfield time. And he become really, I'm not going to say one of the greats of Carlton, but he became one of the good players for Carlton. Probably the best left and right I've seen that can kick left and right, man. He hit Favola that many times. And
Scotland getting knocked out by Didac led to one of the greatest goals of all time from Eddie Betts. Don't forget that. So he's made his contributions.
He did. No, it was a start. They were all so good, man. What a night, man. It was really, really a good night, man, to get them up there and have a chat. The venue was so good. We had a ball. So everyone that came, I've been sick as a dog too. Everyone that came, thank you very much. And mate, we really appreciate all the support. We got everyone here at the moment. We got Bocek, of course. We got Matula, our favourite Greek no show again. As I said, weak as piss. We've got Rocco Mora. Here he is, Rocco Mora. He's down there. He came all the way from Perth, man. Thank you very much, Valentino. Looking forward to some good footy banter. There will be. We've got some good topics to talk about. Only Carlton, of course. He was a star too, doing the interviews around the
shout outs, only Carlton, my man.
100%, man. Get onto his stuff, you know. You've got Sammy Taylor. I think he's been on since about 5 o'clock. How are you, Sammy? He's a good bloke. And, yeah, so, we've got Jay here. What do we got here, Nick Center? You look like the Grim Reaper sitting there, Ray.
Oh, boy.
You do look like the Glim. Lou Felino, he's a good reservoir boy. I know Lou Felino, he's a good reservoir boy all the way down. So we're all in there. So, yeah, no, it's been good. I haven't really got much to bloody promote, which I'm glad. I've been promoting stuff for months now, man, every single time. But all we've got to say is thanks to the Sporting Globe for supporting the channel all year, getting right behind it. And I'm telling you, this channel is going to get bigger and better. We got big plans for next year. So it's going to be a bigger, better, and it's going to hit like Mike Tyson next year. Me, Marzi, and all the boys, the Wolf Pack, which Scotty Tompkins knows about. The Wolf Pack, we're all getting together. It's going to be a massive, massive year next year. But let's get on to today. We're going to have some good topics to talk about. A lot of shit's been going on. Mainly off-field, because we haven't had any on-field until this week, but a lot of it's off-field. So let's get straight into this. So we're going to get into some topics here, man, and it's all about trade and about recruits and delistings and all that. That's what the talk is about until the footy's played from tomorrow. But for now, in between the footy, it's all about the trades, and there's some big news coming through. The first one we can talk about is, I suppose, let's get straight into a Carlton theme, and it's a bit of a Collingwood theme too, I suppose, and that was the big Jack Silvani passing the medical, now nominating St Kilda as his preferred club and getting paid something in the vicinity of $850,000 a year for like 4 years. All I've got to say is Stephen Silvani. Well done, mate. Well done. That's how you look after your family, mate. That's how you look after him, mate. $850,000. This bloke, as much as I loved him, right, because he is a Silvani, and I thought he found his position and he had a great 12 games, right? Only once finished in the top 10 in our BNF. Has probably averaged about 10 games a year. Always gets injured, and we just found this spot, and he's now got $850,000. It's like a $4 million deal or something. Pretty close to. It could be 5-year deal. Who knows? But far out. I don't know, man. St Kilda clubs have gone crazy. What do you reckon, Scotty?
Yeah, look, I mean, I remember back a few months ago on TJP when Paul first brought this up, and at the time he wasn't aware that he was a free agent, but he was when he first blew kind of the whole world up by even suggesting trading him. And at the time he said, you easily trade him for a third rounder at the time. And his point was like that, you know, after he was pick 53 or 54 back in the day, he was a late third rounder anyway. And to pick him up for a fresh third rounder, that's an easy deal. For what you've gotten out of him, for what you could possibly get, it made sense, and it made sense at the time. Now that we're looking at potential band one compensation, 2 first-round picks next year, mate, it's the best outcome that we could possibly have gotten out of any of the bullshit that we've had to put through with our 2 former favorite players here at the Blues. But it still boggles the mind, the amount of money that's being thrown around at the Saints. I don't know what the fuck is going on over there, and how Ross Lyon's such a great coach. I don't know how he's getting how he could approve any of this. His list management is just insane. And who knows? Probably because I think it's maybe unprecedented, but the ethical nature of the contract as well. And of course the AFL still has to approve it, but for, you know, Silvani to sign up his own son for way, way, way overs and for a significant amount of time, I'm just enjoying the chaos, and I can't wait to see what do they call them, the Stinton Street rabble, to just implode because of all this. If you thought it was bad that these random players are coming in on big money, wait until the list manager's son gets brought on for one of the biggest deals that they have going at that club. But
I'm still shocked, man. I'm still shocked that they've rated him so high. I'm absolutely stoked. As I said, to me, if you take away the name, right? Let's take away the Silvani name. Just remember, this won't take away the legacy of the father and the grandfather. They are legends of this club, right? Don't think that now he's tainted their name or whatever. No. But if you take away the name, he's an intercept defender in the back for the last 12 weeks. That's all he is, mate. You know, he's injury prone. Like, what are they thinking? And for us now, because of the amount of money they're paying him, we could be picking up a late first rounder. So, mate, we're picking up a fucking a first round draft pick for Steven Silvani. Are you joking? That is bloody. That's Tats Lotto to me. What do you reckon, Mick, mate? Because he was about to go to your filth of a club, right? That would have been fantastic. I would have loved for him to go there and fall over and absolutely bring that toxic shit to your shit club. But how do you feel that he's not going to come there?
I'm not that upset about it. There's no, like, we were going to pay him like 600 or something, and that's what he was worth. Yeah, this is ridiculous what Sekilda's doing, and they've put all their money in these 3 players now, and good luck to them. You know, I don't think it's going to work out, and the AFL, the media give Ross Lyon a free ride, mate. If they stuff up with all these big money signings, you know, I'd like to see him really put the screws in on them. But yeah, look, the only problem from a Collingwood basis is that now we're going to somehow try and find a tall defender from one of the other teams, and the only one I can think of now is the one from Richmond, Blight, the one that had a good game in round 1 against McKay, if you remember. But he only played.
I don't remember that actually. That one slipped my mind. I didn't even think Mackay played that game actually. So
yeah,
I don't know. I just remember he had a good game, and he played well against Collingwood, but he only played about 7 games, and he's getting delisted by a bottom 3 teams. Liam, what can you tell me about him?
Yeah, so Jacob Blight, he was picked up in the mid-season draft back in 2024. Got in, ended up playing in 2024 as well. And then, he just this season hasn't been able to hold a spot in our side. Unfortunately, we've tried him in a couple of positions in games, but he's been killing it down back in the twos for us. He's been constantly knocking the door. He just hasn't been given the opportunity. Clearly, we've decided it's not working out. But yeah, I 100% think another club should pursue him.
Yeah.
Well, that's good, man. Like that's a sort of play you've got to be going after. I mean, they'll be cheap, and you just don't know what they're going to turn into. So that'll be good. What about you, Marco? Can I ask you a question?
You can ask me.
Your captain is fleeing the ship.
Is
right?
he?
He might be. He might be. There's definitely. We're like with the other players, where there's smoke, there's fire, bro. So,
yeah, of course, yeah.
You know what I mean? So he might be between the sheep, but I mean, he looks a bit like he's lost faith in your club, and he probably wants to win something. And someone like a Hawthorn, and then you got Draper also, who's ready to rock and roll too. What's happening at your club, man? They're fleeing your club also.
Yeah, and obviously there's another player in Jordan Ruddy also might want to go to the Brisbane Lions. But just going on Silvani there just quickly. This player, he's through heritage of Carlton Football Club. Why would a player like that caliber would want to leave the Carlton Football Club? The Silvani name. You know, I mean, really, when you think about it, he's not there for the money. There's obviously something's gone wrong at the Carlton Football Club for him to want to make that move. That's how I see it. And you've also got some other big players that want to start making their move as well, in Kerno and you know, obviously TDK and so forth. So I think there's some issues at Carlton for these players that want to move exactly the same way as the Essendon Football Club. You know, that players.
Do you think that there's problems at the club, or they are part of the problem?
Look, I don't know, Rocco. At the end of the day, I think the players these days are more they're more individual. They're not team orientated anymore, mate. The system's gone a long time ago now, mate. They're playing for themselves. They're playing for, you know, what club they want to go to win a premiership, or what money is available to them.
So that's why Carlton and Essendon don't win fucking premierships.
That's correct. So there's something obviously going on a little bit deeper. And look, with Merritt, I personally believe he won't leave. I think it's just a bit of a media scope there. Draper, you know, look, every club in every team, they're going to lose a player in that caliber to go somewhere else. So you just got to accept it, move on. Ridley, I'd be really disappointed if he leaves. But really, at the end of the day, Rocco, like I was saying, mate, players are going to move, they're going to shift. There's going to be speculations of what clubs they're going to. It's more about now, I believe, the player more than the club or the team. You know, and
Enzo makes a good point here. Enzo Valentino, best name in the business. There are issues at our club, and we know that, right? But TDK left for money. Like, at the end of the day, it's got nothing to do with the club. Like, if Carlton offered him 1.8, the same deal, he would have stayed, right? But they didn't. He left for money, and Jack did the same thing. Jack got 850. Carlton's paying him 400. Was maybe going to give him 550, maybe 600, just because of his name, right? He left for money also. Not only did he get another 300 grand on top, or 250 grand on top a year, they gave him an extra year on top. You know, so that's not to do with money. You know what I mean? These players are leaving.
That's what I'm saying, Rocco. It's more individual than the team. You know what I mean? They're going to leave. Players are going to leave now for money. So money can get thrown out to any player, and they'll leave regardless if they've got a contract or not. Yeah. So I want to leave. This team's offering me 1.8 mil. I'm going to go. So where's the loyalty gone? It's starting to become a case where it's an individual sport now, not a team sport.
Well,
so go play tennis. Go and play.
With Draper, though, Mark, he's an unregistered free agent, so he was a vital piece to the Essendon team, but he was still not in the top 10% of your salary earners, which is what sent him to being an unregistered free agent. If you want loyalty to the players, the loyalty has to come from the club as well, and unfortunately, that comes with financial remuneration these days as well. Yeah, so if Essendon at no point had that much of a value for Draper, he has every right to just walk.
Well, maybe Essendon haven't, because at the end of the day, he's done his Achilles, and the club's got to look at different aspects of it. Like, as a ruckman, is he going to be valued the same as what he was maybe 12 months ago before he done his injury? So kudos to the club.
That's very true. That is very true, Mark. But you also had who was coming up next. Goldstein's like a complete break glass in case of emergency, and he's been your number one ruck all year.
Yeah, well, but we also got two players in Brian and the young fella there that signed a couple of years contract. So they're preparing for that. But still, I mean, free agency, if you want to get into that kind of stuff at the moment, I'm happy to speak about it, but I'm really confused about free agency and contracts and so forth at the moment, mate. It's just doing my head in. I understand it, but I don't understand it in some ways,
Well, before we move on to that, though, Mark, I want to ask you just one quick question about Merritt, because I remember towards the start of the year, I asked you this same question. Would you consider letting Merritt go if it meant that you could replace him with 2 to 3 solid role players, which if the Bombers, they're in a rebuilding phase, like 100% now, they're the types of players that could probably help you fast track that development rather than keeping him around.
No, I don't think so, Scotty. I think we need to keep Merritt. Like I was saying, at one stage we're number 4 and number 5 in the draft pick. Whatever happens with Draper, I'm pretty sure we're going to be compensated with some early draft picks with that as well. And now all of a sudden, Jordan Ridley, if he decides to leave, we're going to get even more firepower. So, no, he needs to stay with us, and then we can use those draft picks as ammunition to go out there and maybe grab a Bobby Hill that's looking at maybe moving on as well. Like, there's so many speculations of players out there that you could just go and pick. Let's go and get Curnow, mate. Fuck it, let's go and get him.
Yeah, you can have him, bro. I just think it's funny, especially with Ridley, is that sorry, Mark. I just love that with Ridley, he's like, I want to go. I don't just want to go. I also want to go to the best team in the country, by the way. I love that from him.
Every player wants to go to the best team in the country, mate. You can throw whatever you want. Why don't we throw something at Curnow? You might come across. What? Oh, because it's Essendon. Or because it's St Kilda.
What have you got to offer Carlton for Curnow?
What's St Kilda got to offer, mate? What's St Kilda got to offer? All of a sudden they've got they're paying $1.8 million for TDK. They've just signed a contract for $2 million.
He's a free agent. Charlie Curnow has 4 years left on his contract. I'll let Rocco take this.
Who's a free agent?
What's that?
Sorry,
Curnow, there's a contract there, bro. You just can't take him. You have to deal with Carlton. Right, so the only way Curnow can go anywhere is if Carlton accepts the deal. Like, Curnow could say, "I don't want to play anymore."
The guy wants to leave, mate. So
I understand. You're not going to give him away for nothing.
But what you're going to say? Right, okay. No, we're not going to offer that. We're not going to accept that. We're going to let Curnow pay for us for the next one.
Man, you've got probably one of the best forwards in the competition. What you reckon you're going to give him away? If we don't get at least 3 first rounders, and I'm talking about either a good player and a couple of first rounders, he's not going anywhere.
What you're forcing him then to play for Carlton, are you?
I don't give a fuck, man. Look, what are you trying to say, Mark? That we're just going to give him away? Well, it happens many times. Papley wanted to leave. He ended up staying. How many fucking players end up staying at their club because they can't get a deal?
Carlton's got to sit there and offer Curnow the reason why you want him to stay. Jordan Ridley.
You know what Carlton's got to do? Carlton's got to do what's best for fucking Carlton, and that's it. If Curnow wants to go, right, and he wants to go, for example, like the Sydney, right? He wants to go to Sydney. You better be offering one of your fucking Gouldens or someone like that and a couple of first rounders, or else he's not going anywhere. We own him. We own him until 29. Now you understand that's the difference. And that's why clubs sign up players. They sign up players because then they have control of what they're doing. Right? If you don't sign him up, they can do whatever they want. He can't go nowhere, Curnow. He can't go nowhere. He's owned. He's owned by Carlton now. Correct. That's it. Full stop.
That's why Ridley has the 6-year contract, because his only value as a player is that contract. Correct. In a situation like this, at least your club can get something back for him if you did want to let him go.
Exactly, mate.
It's not about letting him go, mate. The player wants to leave.
What about Danaher? We're just talking. This is exactly like the Danaher trade. He wanted to leave. They didn't make a deal, and he stayed at Essendon. And then the year after, they got the deal done. That was the one reason we didn't get Papley, was because of that deal. You cannot. It doesn't work like that, mate. It doesn't work like the way you're saying. It doesn't work. We own him. We own him. We own Mackay. We own everybody until the end of the fucking decade, right? We own all those players. If they want to leave, you better be able to pay up. You want Curnow at Essendon? You give us 4 and 5, and we'll give you Curnow.
But that's you saying that. That's the club saying that, Rocco. At the end of the day, it's up to the player.
It's not, Mark.
He's telling the club.
No, it's not.
But he is.
It's not up to the player.
Oh, no, but Rocco, you're not listening to what I'm trying to say. The player does not want to play for your club anymore.
So what? I don't give a fuck. What do you think? Because he decides, I don't want to play. What do you think? We just give him up?
That's the discrepancy I'm saying about this bloody
No,
contract.
it's not. He
means
wanted
nothing.
to sign it. He wanted to sign it. He was happy to fucking sign a 6-year deal.
Yeah, the
He
thing
was
is that
happy to sign it. Now
The
I
thing-
own your fucking soul. That's what it is. You want to sign with the devil? I own you now.
well, good luck to
Full
Carlton, mate, because you're going to have some guy sitting at full forward there. You're paying him all this money, and he's
That's not a player. That's bullshit because we did that with Gibbs. When Gibbs wanted to go to Adelaide, we couldn't make the deal, right? And guess what? You know, the year after, he had one of his best ever seasons. He had one of his best ever seasons. And then the year after, we got the deal and we got 2 first rounders for him at the age of fucking 28, whatever he was, right?
I think my theory is
Papley was the same. Papley didn't want to he wanted to come to Carlton. The deal was done. He's been playing well ever since. You trying to say that a player's not going to play well? Like it doesn't work like that, mate.
Well, they don't want to play for your club, and obviously it's not a really good sign. But I was just more worried about the contracts and what these players are getting at the moment. That's the key. You're signing these players for 5-6 years, and within a year or two, they want to leave your club. They decided to say, "I'm not happy." Regardless of the coach.
I explained that to you. This is why the clubs sign up these people. Because you own them then. You get value out of them. Imagine his contract was at the end of this year. Then he could just leave like a TDK. And you probably get a first rounder and that's it for him. Yeah. That's what you're doing, Mark. That's cool. That's club business, mate. That's the way to do. Why do you think we signed up Chera for 5 years? You think Chera's worth 5 years? We sign him because we own him now. He'll play. But if in a couple of years' time, if there's ever a move, hey, we got all the balls in our court. What do you reckon about this, Mick? You've been a bit quiet there.
What do you want me to say, man? I'm too focused on tomorrow night.
We'll talk about your side and how you're going to get out in straight sets. We'll talk about that soon. We're talking about contracts because you're going to be in the same boat. Man, you got players that are already wanting to leave and that at the end of the season, you know, that you got some players that want to make moves. You're going to be in the same boat, mate. You're going to be in the same boat. If they're contracted, you're going to want something for them. If they're not contracted, well, you're going to try to get, you know, the best possible outcome for Collingwood, aren't you?
Of course, man. And Fly said it straight out. He wants players. So there's players that want to leave and are contracted, and we're going to make some big decisions soon, and they're getting older. But what can I say, man? Like a lot of people are saying that we're in a shit position. We're still in the flag window, so I think we're doing okay in regards to contracts and all that. We haven't got anyone on like big money that's killing us, and I think we're still paying off fucking Grundy from that deal so long ago. Once that comes off the books, that's going to give us all this cap space, and we can go for a big fish, which I'm hearing it might be what's his name, Ben King from Gold Coast, but that's not even after next. So yeah.
And that's the thing. So if they come out, if they're out of contract, then you can start, you know, getting them over there on your terms. Well, once they're in contract, mate, you've got to come up with something, or else teams just will not get rid of these players. You know what I mean? And again, I don't want to keep going over it, and I'll ask you the same question, Liam, because you had players leave last year, and you had some good premiership players leave, man, and you got compensated for it. You know what I mean? And that's the case. So at the end of the day, people like Curnow and that, I hope he goes, to tell you the truth, man, because I think I know what I want for my side, right? And if he wants to go, he goes, you know what I mean? But just like TDK and just like Sauce, I want the best for our club. And if you don't want to be there, you can go. But I'm not giving you away for nothing, bro. That's not happening. I'd rather come out with nothing. I'd rather play Curnow in the reserves, and that'll be more benefit for Carlton than anything. Because I'll give you another scenario, guys. we got a player by the name of Elijah Hollins, who I think is a very, very talented player, very talented. He was one of the differences in our side at the start of the year when we were playing well. Very, very talented, very, very talented. But he's had some discrepancies, hasn't he? And we all know what the discrepancies are. You can say whatever you want. You want to speculate. It's all about the white powder. Come on, we all know, man. I don't want to be lying about this, but this is what's happening. Guess what Carlton done this year? And he's got one more year to go. He's got one more year to go, Marco. One more year in his contract. You know what they said to him? Start looking elsewhere, bro. I don't care how good you are. And I love that. I love that. I don't care how good you are. I don't care.
You reckon that's Graham Wright? You reckon that's a Graham Wright thing? Yeah. Yeah.
I reckon Graham Wright is he's pulling the strings at the moment, because if you see some of the moves we're doing that sort of move, TDK, fuck off. We're not paying you that money. Sauce, we've offered you a contract for the last 4 months. You don't want it. See you later. Off you go. Elijah Hollins, I didn't like what you did, man. Start looking for something else. Right. Yep. We got coaches. They've just got rid of reserve, our assistant coaches. One of them was still contracted till next year. Told him, you know, they could say whatever they want. Oh, he decided to leave. Yeah, rightio. You're going to decide to leave. If you leave, you know, guess what? You don't get your money. Right. So they come up with a deal. He told him to go. So, yes, I believe that it's Graham Wright all the way at the moment making these moves. You know what I mean? And I think it's a good thing, you know. And the first thing to build this club is to get that culture right again. Liam?
Did Adam Sard get delisted, or am I hearing things?
Who's that?
Adam Sard.
No. He's got a year left. We've done our delistings.
Okay, yeah, sorry. Someone said that to me.
He'll stay. Yeah. Liam, what do you reckon?
Yeah, look, it's an interesting debate about contracted players and free agents. I think Rocco's got it right. If you're a contracted player, it's the club's decision where you go or where you don't go. Look, and I agree with that. The other point that you made, like, if you've got Kerner and he doesn't want to be at the club, let's try to get him a deal. But at the end of the day, if you're not going to get a deal that satisfies your club or is good enough to, you know, help your team out, you don't have to do it. He's contracted to you for 4 more years. You keep him. We did the same thing with Shai Bolton last year. It was kind of like, all right, you don't want to be here, but we own your contract. So we're going to make sure we go and get the best deal for you. And we went out, we got picks. We got 2 top picks. We got picks 10 and 11 for him. Turned it into Jonty Paul.
And that's exactly what you deserved, Liam, for that sort of bloke. And if you're not going to get those 2 first rounders, guess what? You're playing here for the rest of your career. You want to waste the rest of your career? Fine. Waste it.
But
you're playing here.
Yeah. I mean, I was like, if he doesn't want to be at the team, that's fine. But we're paying him like $1 million a year and he's still contracted for 4 or 5 more years. So if we don't get a good enough deal for you, tough shit, you're staying in our team. Whether he would have come out and played really good this year, I don't know. But we made the deal to get better players into our team. And it was a good deal in the end. As far as free agents, it's an interesting thing now, and you're going to see it happening more and more because, as I've said before, players have the power now, it seems. Even the contracted ones want out, but with free agency, that's their option. And you guys spoke about it on Saturday at the live show with someone like TDK. If he's going to get paid 1.7 mil to go play football somewhere, he's probably going to take it, right? Like, it makes sense. Yeah, free agency, it's hard because you don't really own that contract. Same with Silvani, you said you had a contract in front of him for 4 months. If he chooses not to sign it, you can be like, all right, well, if he doesn't want to sign with us, that's up to him. Good luck to you.
And you've got no more power, you know, that he can do whatever he wants to do. And Carl's is right here, right? Has stressed the players need to embrace change. The message is, if you're not buying into the new standards, you won't last at Carlton. This is both cultural and performance-driven, in my opinion. She's 100% right. And this happened with the players, and it's also happened with someone like Elijah, who does it. He's not keeping up to the culture we want. We don't want that culture. How can you have someone who does whatever he wants? And then we're getting someone like a Harry Dean this year, who could be a potential top 5 pick and one of the great defenders following in his dad's footsteps. What's he doing coming in? And then he sees someone like just Elijah doing whatever he wants. And then what? What kind of culture is that set for the club, you know? And don't get me wrong, I want the best for Elijah. I want him to give all the help they can to him, and I want him to be a better person and function in society. I want all of that, but not a Carlton, because we are not a charity, right? We are not the Salvation Army. We are the Carlton Football Club, right? We'll help you out off the ground, but we won't help you on the thing. The other thing before I go on is this is for Mark, and this is why Curnow will play a good year next year if he stays, right? Because Curnow will tank his value if he gets less later after a year of him slacking off. If he gets less later after. Anyway, what that means is if he has a bad performance next year after this year, his value goes down. His value goes down. So he'll be stupid not to try his best.
But how old is he? How old is he, Rocco? How old is the player?
He'll be 29 next year.
29, and you we're talking about somebody that's got to perform at that type of level at that age.
What are you talking about, Mark? 29 isn't old anymore. Like this isn't what are you talking about, man? Fucking what about Jeremy Cameron? How old is he? 32, and he just stays
years old. Well, he'll be 30 years old after next year.
30 isn't a lot, bro, man. How many great players are over 30? So what do you reckon? He's just going to fall off next year?
Nah. Well, if he does fall off, what's he valued then? Peanuts.
It doesn't matter. We still got him to 29, and this is what I mean. He's not going to want his value to drop off.
Okay. Yeah. Well, look, I mean, you know, we can keep on going on about, you know, issues with players and so forth, and, you know, drugs and the salary caps and all that kind of stuff. But I just want to quickly just say as a banter that this I just want to congratulate the Carlton Football Club in not winning the premiership for 30 years. I didn't have a cake, Rocco.
That's another 365 fucking days for your club, Mark. So
don't interrupt, mate.
8,000 days that you haven't won a final, bro. That's like 8,000 days you haven't won a final. How can the kettle call the pot black?
Why are you interrupting me?
How can the kettle call the pot black, bro?
Let me have my say.
You haven't won it for 25 years, right? Only 5 years less than us, right? 25 years. And in that, you haven't won a final in nearly 8,000 days, mate.
I don't care, Rocco. At the end of the day,
come on, man. The pot can't be calling the back here. I know you want the banter, but come on, bro. That's ridiculous. You're stirring me. You haven't even seen a fucking finals win in fucking 20 years.
You
haven't seen a finals win, bro. Not even a finals win.
Anyway, going on to
not even not anyway. Not even a finals win, bro. 8,000 days, man.
I'm privileged to be on the show tonight, mate. I'm privileged to be on the show
in the Essendon jumper. 8,000 days, bro. You want to bring out a cake? You haven't won a grand final in 25 years, bro. 25.
30 years for you boys.
You're not any better. You're not any better, bro. Are you serious?
To the Carlton Football Club. Congratulations.
I would just keep to the draft and shit and don't get involved in any of this, bro.
Congratulations
because you're way worse than us. You're way worse than us. Not only haven't you won for 25 years, you haven't won a final for 8,000 days, right? And on top of that, right, yous were involved in one of the biggest drug disasters of cheating in the history of sport. That's the history of sport. We're talking about when the Greeks started the Olympics, right? You guys, when the Greeks started the fucking Olympics, right, until today, your team is the worst drug addict cheats ever. Yeah. I'm talking about Jesus Christ was fucking in the chariot race, and that was less cheating.
What you guys don't know won't hurt you boys, mate. because I reckon half of your teams have all been on it as
Yeah,
well.
all right. We didn't.
Anyway, congratulations.
I've got a question for Mark.
30 years without winning a grand final. If you want to go back into the banter, I'll talk about Richmond. I want to congratulate the Richmond Football Club this year also for winning. How much was it, Liam? 5 games?
5. You won one more.
You won 6 games, Mark. You won 6 games.
No percentage is really better than yours as well.
What's going on here? This bloke is stirring everyone else. You won 6 games and had the third worst.
Let me have my show, mate. Let me have my show. All right.
No, I'm not letting you. I'm not letting you try to bag other teams, and you were worse.
I've got every right to bag every otother team, mate. So
Richmond weren't even supposed to win the game.
Can't say nothing against us, Mark.
5 games, mate. Everyone thought that Richmond were going to win 1 game this year, not alone 5, mate. Oh, and the first game that they won was against Carlton, so it was good and Irene to Carlton from the start. But yeah, congratulations, Liam, mate. Fantastic for the
last week we forgot to talk about the Carlton Essendon game, didn't we?
You did, didn't you? Talk about it. I thought we
didn't talk about how shit you are and us pathetic side.
It's just like a year.
And we had players that are losing on that. Absolutely.
Liam McMahon got subbed off.
We whipped your ass. We whipped your ass, and then to finish off, Gold Coast bet you by 95 points, bro.
The season was gone, mate.
I would have just stuck with the trades, bro. I would have just stuck with the trades, bro. Bang.
Well, I won't go into the last banter against Collingwood because Rocco's not letting me take my little.
We'll talk about Collingwood soon. We'll be talking about their game soon. The other thing I want to talk about, I know you're going right off script here. Did we have something else, Scotty, that we wanted to? You said you had something.
We can bring that up right before we bring up the first game because it is finals related. I don't know if you guys wanted to cover the AA or the Crows at all.
Yeah, we can do that. We can talk about the AA.
One question first.
Liam does have a question, but
go for it, Liam. Jump in, Liam.
He's been trying to for the last 5 minutes.
You guys are, that's crazy. Mark, just to finish up on the contract thing, you were talking about how with Carlton, with players like Kerno and stuff, and Silvani wanting to leave, that there's obviously some sort of problem. But I want to put it back on you about Essendon. If reports about your captain Merritt that was a big surprise to me, man. Can we not say the same thing about Essendon? And Jordan Ridley, he's come out and said the way that he was managed through his injury is why he wants to leave. What problems are happening inside your club?
Well, but I reckon it's very similar to the Carlton, mate, to be quite honest, because both teams are not up there, competing for finals, mate. So it's each player is starting to think now, where am I going in my future, and I need to go elsewhere. So similar to what I think Carlton are, even St Kilda, North Melbourne. These teams need to start. The players need to start thinking of when to go in future to be successful, and they're going to leave. If the club's not being successful, players will leave and they'll go somewhere else that's in the top 4 or a better club. So I can't see Zach Merritt leaving, and if he did leave, I'll be devastated. Honestly, I won't be on the show next year if the show continues, but I won't be on the show next year.
Imagine quitting the show over Zach Merritt. A bloke looks like an EB Games manager.
Yeah, no, because we won't win a game next year if Zach Merritt goes, mate. We won't win a game next year, mate. So
remember, I don't know if anybody has a short memory, but Zach Merritt turned down a Saints deal last year and then renegotiated his contract for more fucking money from Essendon. Then 12 months later, the murmurs start again. So I think what Liam's saying is, there's a lot of credit to what Liam's saying. Yeah.
I think Hawthorn had offered him a contract also for like 3
and St Kilda. Yeah,
Hawthorn and St Kilda. So he could have gone to the Hawks and definitely been like maybe close to a premiership player. You know, like I think you're delusional, Mark. To tell you the truth, if you don't think that getting rid of how old is he?
29.
Oh, but wait a sec. Curnow is 29 and he's not going to be good in next year. But Merritt, so you're gonna what keep Merritt, a 29-year-old who is done and dusted, right? Where you could easily get a first-round pick for that bloke, and you could start building for the future. Because let's be honest, do you see Merritt holding up a premiership cup for Essendon?
Well, maybe not holding the premiership cup, but
then what's he there for?
He can go something.
Then what's he there for?
This is all speculation they're going to get about Merritt. Curnow was stated.
That was Curnow. That was Curnow, but you were happy to fucking talk about Curnow. So was Curnow.
He wants to leave.
But so does Merritt. Merritt wants to leave. It came out. Yes, it did. It's come out that again he wants to leave.
It's all bullshit media.
It's the same deal, bro. You can't talk about other teams when yours are just as dysfunctional, bro. That's just as dysfunctional. 7,669 days since Essendon won its final, Mark. L-O-L.
30 years since Carlton's won a flag. 30 years. 30 years Carlton supporters.
One, I believe. 30 years. Let me talk about my people that give us donations, Mark, and stop interrupting, right? Thanks, Oz, for the $5, and you're absolutely right. And next year it's going to be a clear 8,000 days. Yous are a disgrace, Mark. I would worry about what's happening within the things of your club, but then when you start giving it to the other clubs, because if you think that not winning a premiership for 25 years is anything to fucking clap about, you've seriously got some serious fucking issues there.
You guys are 5 years.
I would be getting rid of Merritt straight away. Straight away, bro. Straight away, man. Just get rid of him, mate. Get rid of him. He's a hack like your side. He's probably the reason why your team's so shit. Mick, what are you laughing at? You got a bunch of injuries coming up. You're going to go out straight sets. You got an old bunch of fucking players there. You're re-signing fucking people that are nearly 50 years old. I know what you're laughing at. I'm going to get to your team in a second. Hey, did you want to go into the All-Australian, Scotty?
Yeah, sure. Why not? I think we covered the squad last week, but it's I suppose it's nice for the likes of Abby Holmes and Laura Kane and Andrew Dillon to give us their actual picks for this year's selection. And look, it's quite an eclectic group, I suppose. Little Nicky Whispers is down there warming the bench, which is great to see. Somehow he's still a Brownlow favourite. But look, the obvious selection here to discuss is Jeremy Cameron, selected as the All-Australian captain. Mind you, Geelong swept up all these other fucking bullshit awards all night, including Sean Manor. The Young Players Award that he won at 28 years old.
I've actually got that up. Nice, yeah.
I've
got this. So these are the AFL awards that were given out. What do you reckon about these? So Sean Manor, he was best young player. How old is he?
He's 28. Geelong just do Geelong things. I guess Chris Scott, if it's a coach's vote, I guess he probably pinches his brother's vote and then probably buys a few off the rest. But no, I liked actually wasn't champion player of the year. Wasn't that Noah Anderson and Bailey Smith?
Yeah.
Didn't they both win that? Yeah.
I didn't know that. All right, cool.
Well, Noah Anderson actually deserved it, but no, I mean, as far as what we got from the actual squad, I mean, it's not so crazy. I just couldn't believe, Jeremy Cameron, he's never captained anything in his life. There's about half a dozen captains on that list there, and he was the one that ended up getting it. What were you saying, Liam?
There's 5 club captains in the team, and they picked Jeremy Cameron. It's so dumb.
Yeah, I don't
get it. What about the chosen one on the bench, man? What's going on there, mate?
Oh, look. He was
I don't
lucky to
think-
make the squad, mate, if you
I
ask
don't
me.
think he's
But
gonna make the fucking team
He
to
gets-
tell you that.
He gets the MVP and they name him on the bench. I don't understand.
Who would you replace him with?
Let's have a look. McCluggage, maybe.
not a
Um,
chance.
Pluggy
No.
was a killed it this year.
Mortgage is actually a winner.
Mm.
Yeah.
Winger.
Bailey Smith has killed it.
Ed Richards, come on, man. He's been
Ed
better than
Richards
he's
knows
supposed to.
wins around Daicos.
You got to keep the gingers in there.
Oh,
Come on. I can't believe you selfish pricks. You make the
Selfish, we've got one player in the team, man.
No, I know, and none of them deserved it. I admit it, but I'm saying you get two players into the side, right? Did you get two or one? One.
Just the
Only
one.
one.
Just the
Just
one.
the one.
Josh didn't make it because he's shit. But you get
Which is
Nick
a good
to make
omen. It's a
you
good
get
omen.
Nick to make the team, and you still complain. What is wrong with you guys, mate?
Crazy. That's like,
Never happy, are
that's
you?
like 5 players nominated to get in.
Mm.
You had the 2 Daicoses.
And
Elliott,
Michael
captain.
Simos said it was stiff for Jamie Elliott not to make it, but look at our small forwards, mate. Look at we got the likes of Heaney, Gunston, Zach
Yeah, well-
Bailey.
I
mean-
mean, when they name players
can't
that
really.
are in their proper positions, that's what kills me.
Well,
'cause
actually, this is probably one of the more accurate sides that we've seen.
Nah,
To be fair,
there's only
As far
one
as their
player
relative
that's
positions.
missing.
nah,
Nick
not
Lofton.
fucking Voloston, bro.
No way.
That was
mate.
a pity pick just to make it onto the squad, mate.
Nah. I'll send you a picture of his stats side by side to
I thought
Josh
you were going to
Bailey.
send me a picture of something
And
else.
Malofton beats him in every stat.
Well,
No,
I go by the eye test, Liam. I'm not a stats man, all right? I'm not a spreadsheet fucker. So
What is Josh Battle? Who even is Josh Battle? I don't even know who he is, mate.
I don't think
mate,
he had
yeah.
a good year, man.
From St Kilda. He couldn't even get a game for them.
no, he's an equivalent to a what was it, number 8 draft pick, mate. If Josh Battle is worth a pick 8, let's not to go back, but think about TDK and Jack here for a bit. If that bloke's worth pick 8. But yeah, it's going to be a sad day for the All Australian team for Max Gawn when he retires. I think they just retire the ruck position in the All Australian team when Max Gawn leaves.
8 All Australians, for fuck's
Yeah.
sake. I'll tell you what, TDK on 1.8 for 8 years, he better win at least 5 All Australians or else what is
Yeah.
going on there, mate? Talk about the pressure being on TDK for the next 5 or 6 years, man. If he's not the best ruckman, and every time he makes a mistake, everyone's going to be looking at him saying, there's the $1.8 million player. So, hey, he wanted to go for the money, but he better. And Silvani's the same. Silvani's the same. That sort of money, you better be. It's like wearing the white boots in the old days, man. If you wore the white boots, actually, Favola said a good story, didn't he?
Oh, yes.
He did.
Oh,
said
let me
it-
cast my mind back. Yes. For anyone who didn't make it, sorry, you just fucking missed out. But if
Yeah.
I was the AFL, I'm putting St Kilda v Carlton round 2. No, Carlton v St Kilda at the G round 2 next year.
Oh, 100%. Far out.
Yeah.
TDK and Silvani. And then let's
Plus,
not
then
forget.
they can wheel out all our other rejects as
I was
well.
going to
Get
say, Paddy, we got Paddy
Dow
Dow.
and
we
Carroll,
got
Stocker.
Back in
There
the
you go.
80s, St Kilda picked up heaps of Carlton players, yeah?
Mate, you read my mind. I was going to say, this reminds me of the 80s. They picked up about
Yeah.
6 or 7 Carlton players, but they were actually, those players were done and dusted. They were like, they were people like, like the little, what's his name? I'm forgetting everyone's name there.
McConville. Yeah.
McConville, Marku, all those
Yeah.
sort of players. Even Ricky Nixon went over there. He
yeah.
played over. He did too, yeah. So they were all done and dusted, but they seem to go on the other way, yeah. So you're right too. It's the 1980s again, So I think you're right, Scotty. Definitely, that's going to be penciled in. That games Carlton v St Kilda. I reckon you might even get a full house there. And yeah.
Well, yeah, they've enjoyed 10 years of having 60 to 80,000 Carlton fans cheer for them, and now they'll understand what it's like to be on the receiving end.
Oh, I'm telling you, and we've already turned on Silvani, right? So
Yeah.
and TDK. Can you imagine on the day, man? I'm already pumped for that game, to tell you the truth. I'm already.
Yeah, I hope we get the double up. Why not?
Oh, it's gonna be a sick game, man. No matter what. And can you imagine who will Silvani play on? Oh, he'll probably play like
Kerno.
Imagine Silvani on Kerno. Kerno's gonna absolutely destroy him, man. They're just gonna run straight through him. He's gonna run straight through.
This will be the mindset change next year. Who lines them both up at the start of the game and just knocks them like to the ground? Like who just runs through them?
I reckon.
How does TDK go against Pito 1-on-1?
Pito will fight him probably.
It's funny because TDK gets pushed around a lot by the bigger ruckman, so he's okay around the ground. But if you notice that when he went up against Cherry, is it Cherry?
Sherry, yeah.
Cherry, and when he went up against
Sherry, Meek, O'Brien,
even Cameron from Collingwood.
Monster, yeah.
Yeah, he gets pushed around a lot, so he's just not big enough. So what will happen? Look, at the end of the day, Pito's a better tap ruckman than TDK every day of the week. Every day of the week. And if you have to look at our stats, we actually play better when Pito's in the ruck. So what will happen? I don't know, but I guarantee Pito will run through him. Who wants to wave?
Oh, just a good friend of mine, Berkey. Good Essendon. He's a good Essendon man, Mark.
Oh, really?
Yeah, I found one for you.
Jump on board.
Fucking hell.
Yeah, he'll be watching live from the Goon Cave.
We're doing the work. Easy. Oh, that is that. What do you mean from the Goon Cave? He's on that. He's also on that. Does he go onto the Essendon fan cams and that? Does he?
Nah. He's TJP faithful.
Oh, is he? Oh, great stuff. But I can't wait to speak to Lucas about. We actually had a little bit of feedback from the Essendon from the Geelong faithful last week, didn't we?
Yes, but well received feedback, Rocco.
Yeah, no, it was well received feedback. Yes, well received feedback. Yes, it was. So, what did you have to say, Scotty? About you had something that you were going to surprise us.
Well, I figured we should probably get onto the finals games. I just had a little secret topic that no one brought up when we were preparing for the show. So I just wanted to get like a live reaction because it'd be pretty fucking funny, to be honest. But a memo. Oh, I'll see if I've got the actual thing here. So the AFL has sent a memo to clubs confirming that the AFL Review Centre, aka the ARC, will be utilised for key boundary line decisions in the 2025 final series, per 9 News' Tom Morris.
All right. So that was already on the cards, but that's an interesting.
Oh, well, that didn't come across my desk. I was shocked. They said apparently out of the 7,500 boundary line decisions this year, they've gotten 48 incorrect. So now they want to bring, but because of that, they want to bring the ARC into the boundary line decisions, bro. And they guarantee it will not extend game time. It will not disrupt the flow of play at all. So, of course, they're going to bring it in for finals just out of nowhere, as the AFL does.
I actually don't mind it, to tell you the truth, as long as it doesn't interrupt the game, and if they see something quickly, because there were a couple that were pretty blatant this year, and one was Carlton and Sydney, and the other one was the Collingwood game, or what was it?
Collingwood and Footscray at the start of the year. That was a pretty bad one.
No, the Adelaide one, wasn't there one with Adelaide too?
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
So yeah, definitely. I just think it's going to be one of those ones where it sounds like a great idea, but does everyone not realize that boundary line? It's fucking round, Like you're always going to have, at the very least, like an optical illusion from where they are. You cannot get a correct angle no matter where you stand. Even from what was our famous grand final against Collingwood, where was it Wayne Harms knocked it back into the ground?
Yeah. Well, that's it. What would they have done there?
Yeah, true.
What would they have done there? Check that. What do you
I
reckon?
just thought,
What do you
Well,
reckon?
if they
Mark?
bring that rule in, they should do a retrospective rule and take that back and give us the premiership. But that's just
shit,
me.
mate. Why don't we go back and take away some of the premierships that you bloody won in the fucking at the start of the century when teams were winning it because you fucking finished on top of the ladder.
when they took Fitzroy's premiership off them.
How about we take that one away from you, Mick? You know that one there when they took away.
You're talking about the machine that won from 1927 to 1930, 4 premierships in a row. That's never been equal again.
But didn't you lose it, and then they took it away because you finished on top, and there was a rule those days where they made you play again.
No,
you that
I
one.
think you're just making up stories, man.
We're talking about winning premierships when they were still wearing work boots and going to war between games, mate. Like, let's not really count that, mate. Seriously.
We can talk about the last 30 years then, if you want. Yeah,
we can talk about the last 30 years, and we can actually talk about the future and how you're going to get knocked out.
Well, the future looks bright, man. We can talk about anything you want, man.
Hold on, we'll see. But before we get on to your game, Marco, what do you reckon about? I know you're right into bloody these rules and all that. About this boundary now, they're going to look at review it to see if it was touched or not. Do you like this? Is this now a way for them to eventually almost review every fucking decision on the ground? It's getting a bit like that now.
It is, mate. Yeah, spot on there, Rocco. Is it going to take time? That's the thing. And we can't afford that anymore in football, mate. Time is precious. So, there has to be another way of doing it, whether there's something on the ball there that fucking vibrates or something like vibrates the umpire's bum and says, yep, it's out of bounds. I don't know. But
they're actually trialing the chip in the VFL this year, and that story went pretty fucking quiet pretty quickly because
that's correct. That disappeared. You're right.
Yeah. The only thing it was good for is, if you've ever watched VFL, is they could kind of show the arc of a kick as it's going through goals. Yeah. It was completely useless for everything else.
Yeah. I don't think we can do it if it's going to take time to review the decision on the boundary line, because time is precious in football, mate. 20 seconds, 30 seconds, 45 seconds in a football match is crucial. I'm getting sick and tired of this 30 seconds rule lining up for goals. So you got 30 seconds to line up for goal. And then you can still go and make your way towards having a kick at the goal. And then after that, the umpire makes the decision, which is another 3 or 4 seconds after that. It's at least 40 seconds to have a shot at goal.
So what do you reckon? They should just kick the ball straight away.
30 seconds to kick the ball, like running in to kick the ball, you got 30 seconds, not 30 seconds, and then you make your move.
You need to run up. That means you would have to start running. That rule changed because of your shit player.
No, it's not, mate. No, it's time. 30 seconds for a player.
That rule was changed because of your shit player. No, we used to take 8 minutes to fucking have a kick.
Right. So they might have changed that rule.
30 seconds.
Yeah, well, they might have changed that rule because of delaying having a shot at goal. But 30 seconds to line up, not even line up, they're actually 30 seconds, then line up and have a shot at goal, right? And after the fact that they've had the shot at goal, the umpire needs to move 30 metres across to the boundary line to put his signal, which is another 4 to 5 seconds. It's about 40 seconds. That's a big waste of time. Why doesn't the fullback have 30 seconds to make his decision to where to kick the ball?
Because he's got 5 seconds like every other kick around the ground.
Well, he should have 30 seconds. He's got to make an executive decision to
you just said you don't like the 30 seconds, but now you want to give everyone 30 seconds.
Well, that's the key. That's the key. Why is it that a forward can have 30 seconds, but a backman in the fullback can't have 30 seconds?
Let's be honest, Mark. Man, when you're kicking for goal, let's be honest, man, it's an important part of the game, man. You can't rush him. I mean, a bloke has probably ran 3 or 4 times up. He's lost his breath. He's taken the mark. He has to settle and try to kick a goal. What's this game about, Mark? Goals.
You're telling me that player
you want to rush to a goal.
He needs 30 seconds to line up for a goal, and then
So what should we do?
He's got 30 seconds to kick the ball through the goal.
I understand. We know what the rule is. You've said it 5 times. Right. What should he do?
What do you mean, what should he do?
What should be the rule? What should be the rule then?
Well, he's got 30 seconds to kick the ball, so he's got 30 seconds. What do you mean, what's he going to do? He's going to take 30 seconds.
What are you trying to say? All right, so what if he's running in and there's 29 seconds and then he kicks the ball? Like, what's the difference?
Bad luck. Umpire, ball it up. Bad luck.
So I don't understand what they should be doing.
You've got 30 seconds to kick the ball through the goals. If not, play on.
It's not what?
Well, it's not a score. It's not a score.
What do you mean it's not a score? You can't have it not a score.
Let's play on. It's play on.
And then you're going to have another time then you're going to have a look at the replay to see if it went through in the 30 seconds or in the 29 seconds.
It's way too long. What I'm trying to say, Rocco, it's way too long for a player to be lining up for a shot at goal. He's got 30 seconds before he even makes the move to walk in to have a shot.
That's the rule.
Player, yeah, I know, but that's my theory. It's too long. The game is too precious now. You're wasting time. The umpire throws the ball in the middle. He bounces it. By the time he gets the ball again, that's 3 seconds gone. You know, it adds up. The game is too crucial now to be missing all these times.
That's true, Mark. Plus, if they're going to continue with the boundaries, imagine next year when they bring in last touch, they're going to scrutinize that. It will take minutes.
Correct.
Not seconds.
Correct. But that's my theory, because the game is now about seconds. It's not about minutes anymore. It's about seconds. You can kick a goal out of the centre within 7 seconds.
But Mark, do you think it's also us as footy enjoyers? Do we kind of expect perfection? Like, are we expecting too much from these umpires or the officiators? Like if somebody's going to be the last person to touch the ball outside the boundary, if they fuck up, we're going to go at them. We want them to make the perfect decision 100% of the time.
Yeah.
There's not really a way they can do it without these kind of time extension devices, but
no, certainly not. But I just reckon, like I was saying, mate, in a nutshell, 30 seconds to have a shot at goal as a professional footballer. They've been out of their backsides anyway.
10 seconds.
10 seconds, mate. Bang, take it, have a shot. They used to do it 20 years ago. We want to talk about 40, 20, 30 years ago. They had not 30 seconds. Bang, get the ball, line it up, and have a shot.
Jeez.
No, they didn't. When Lloyd was there, they used to have as much time as they want.
Well, maybe that might have stopped because, players and...
Yeah, so then what they did was they went to 30 seconds, which I think it's reasonable. I think to me, like 30 seconds is reasonable. It's not that long, Mark, 30 seconds. Like when you see they get the ball, the time clock starts. By the time they take a breath, fucking sit back, relax, line up. But what do you want to see? Goals. If you rush that to 20 seconds, you're going to see less goals in the game. And then you're going to complain there's not enough goals.
They're professional footballers, mate. Like you're saying, they get paid millions of dollars to kick fucking goals, mate. They don't need 30 seconds to line up.
I do understand that, but you've got to still be fucking reasonable in the effect. I mean, shooting for goal is one of the most important things. Like you want to take it away to 20 seconds. I don't know, man. It's going to affect the game big time. There'll be less goals scored. Everyone will be rushing. And I don't know about that. When Lloyd was there and he was taking 2 minutes, that was way too long.
If you remove the 30 seconds, Mark, because you've been on this before, getting players on and off the bench, you're going to have less time for your best players to get off the bench, Mark.
Yeah, that's true too.
Well, that's right. Yeah. So it just opens up another can of worms there, Scotty, mate,
And this is the problem. It's a wicked solution. So every time you try to make a rule change, just be prepared for something else to go wrong, right? That you didn't anticipate, right? And this is what happens with a lot of these rules. They want to fasten up the game, but in actual fact, they slow it down, right? And they've done it many, many times. This, the one where, like, for example, the deliberate, you know, like, and all that, you know, that was brought in because of an incident where they kept, like, trying to put it through the points, you know, just to waste time. Now it's turned into a bit of a farce, you know, where a couple of times free kicks have been given and you're going, wow, was he under pressure? Was it 9 meters? You know, so I don't know. Anyway, that's fair enough.
Great chat, fellas. Great chat.
I like it. I like it. But since we've got the great man Mick on there, and there is one game that will be played tomorrow night, and it's the only rival that will be playing, and it's this game here, week 1, first qualifying final is tomorrow night at 7:10 p.m. at the Adelaide Oval. How are we feeling, Mick? Tell us about what's going to be happening, who the ins and outs that you think. Are they being named or?
Yes. Oh, sorry, Mick.
Yeah.
Sorry, I didn't
Mick,
see. What are the ins and outs if you got them there, Mick?
For Collingwood, Mason Cox and Will Parker are coming in. Out is Jeremy Howe injured. And Dan McStay, they're saying omitted, but he's had a sore shoulder, but who knows what that is. But Big Mason is in. Yous are laughing, but I reckon it's a good move. And a lot of Collingwood supporters are behind this one. He's one of the best tap ruckmen in the league. Last time we played Adelaide, their defenders were outmarking us like it was going out of style. With Cox, they're going to have to do a lot more work. It's going to be a dry day. It's not going to be wet like that 4 weeks ago. He played very well in his last VFL game, so he's raring to go. He's got a fantastic finals record. In fact, the 2 grand finals that he's played, he was in our best players for both those games, and a lot of other finals he's stepped up, and this is a good chance. The majority of our squad have got extensive finals experience. When you compare that to Adelaide, it's only really Taylor Walker that has a lot of finals experience. Yes, we haven't been in the best form, but it's the finals now. Clean slate. We'll go into this game very confident after nearly almost beating them not long ago. And I'm very confident. I'm tipping us to win by between 20 and 30 points. I reckon we can halve the midfield. Rankin out is huge for our point of view. Last time we got 70 inside 50s, we did nothing with them. We don't have to repeat that, but if we get close, we should win this game well. So I am fairly confident going into this game.
Mick, my question for you is, since that last Adelaide game, what have you seen from Collingwood that proves to you that they've actually improved and are in a much better spot this go around?
I can't tell you much of Scotty, but all I can say is, as I said before, it's a clean slate. We can't look at the past and say, all right, we've been in shit form. We can just look at the future now. We're in the top 4. We've got an opportunity now in a very similar, almost exact situation than it was 3 weeks ago. And we should be very confident going into this game. Frampton, the 2 games we've played against Adelaide, he's beaten Phil for. So our defense.
I know you say you beat him, Phil Thorpe. The last game wasn't for the 4, man. It was pissing down, man. So you can't really say that. Phil Thorpe, Tex Walker, and also the other big
Fogarty.
Mate, they've been killing it, man. Like, let's be serious. I know you go that we can't look at the past, but you can. You look at Carlton last year. We fell into the A. You look at the past, we only won 2 games for that period. You did the same. You've only beaten Richmond, who actually beat it, they won in the inside 50s and all, and then you beat the only other team you beat was Melbourne, and they almost beat you, and they can't win a game to save themselves, right? So, I know you're saying that, and it's good that you're confident. I suppose that's the only way you can go into this game and be confident.
Why not?
Scotty comes up with a great point there. What have you seen that's going to say, apart from we made top 4 and you've got to look at it and you've got
and they've got Mason Cox.
Apart from all that, let's look at it realistically. Where have you improved? Like, how are you improved since the last 4 or 5 weeks? You actually haven't.
We haven't. No, we haven't.
Daicos looks a bit injured, right? He looks like he had a little bit of ankle soreness, so they're going after him, right? McStay was one of your main forwards. He's not there now. You can't kick a goal. You're bringing in Mason Cox. Let's be serious. He's not that fucking good because you haven't put him in your side for the last 2 months, so he's not that good. The only reason you've actually even decided to put him in is because McStay can't kick a goal. Right? Then you haven't got Bobby Hill, who's been a big inclusion, and you lost Howe, which is going to mate, you're already going to struggle with those big free forwards. And, Rankin's out. But I reckon they've got enough small forwards there to get you. And the other thing is, sorry to keep on going, but the other thing is, mate, Adelaide, they're going to be fuming because you did dob them in like a bunch of little girls, right? You did dob them in. So they're going to be, I'm telling you, Tex Walker and that, they're going to be breathing fire. And I heard another one of your Collingwood people there saying, we got big support over there. You better be, I'll tell you what, if you are going over to Adelaide, you better not be driving because they're going to turn your cars upside down, mate. They're going to be.
We always travel well, man. We've got the best record away from home than any other Melbourne team, man. Yep. That doesn't. We don't care about wherever we play. It doesn't matter how parochial the opposition crowd is. We always show up more often than not, man. That's not even a factor for us, mate. We'll go out there.
Not in the last 4 or 5 weeks. I mean, you've been losing games interstate.
Yes, we have.
You've got to look at recent form. Like, you're going back and saying, you've been great. But in recent form, you've been terrible.
I understand that. But it's finals now. It's a different story, man. It's not a home and away game. This is not your regulation home and away game, yeah? This is a final. They're all youngsters. All their players, they're a young team. They're going to get overawed. The pressure is on them. The pressure's on them. They're expected to win. The
pressure's on you, bro. The pressure's not on them, man. They finished 17, 16, 15, 17, 15 for the last 6 years, man. They've had a great year. They've finished on top. Yeah, there's pressure on them. But don't try to now push this off that there's no pressure on you. You were finished. You were 10 points in front of everyone. You barely scrape into the top 4, and now you're trying to put pressure onto them. Trust me, bro. It's on you, bro. If you drop this game, if Adelaide drop it, right? If Adelaide drop it, you know what they're going to say? Oh, Collingwood's got the experience. It's their first finals. They'll get an out of this, right? If you lose, I'm telling you, mate, this is a disaster. Forget about pressure being on you. I'll tell you, when I knew that the pressure's on you? When you bringing in Mason Cox. The pressure's on you, bro. You've got nowhere to turn to. You brought back Mason Cox, bro. Liam, what do you reckon about Mason Cox?
You guys know what I think about him. I love him.
He's a massive finals player. Mix correct.
He did have one. He did have one good game. I remember.
What? He had one good final.
7th game.
Come on, man. He's stepped up in nearly every final he's played, man.
No. How many games has he played this season? He's played
fuck all this year, and he's been shocking.
You're taking the risk to put him in now for your biggest game of the year.
It's out of necessity, Liam. We've put him in out of necessity. McStay's in bad form, and he injured his shoulder. So We've got no one
And
else
the
to
guys,
put in.
when they play minimal games this year, is the answer to fix that.
Yes, and it's going to help us because Cameron does need a chop out. When Cameron, their second ruck is usually Phil Thorpe. Phil Thorpe destroyed McStay the last time. But this time, when you got Mason Cox there, it's going to be much harder for Phil Thorpe when he's chopping out. So, and as I said, Cox is a great tap ruckman. More often than not, he gets the tap out in the centre. We get the centre clearance. And that's been a weakness for us this year.
To Cameron. He's coming in as a backup.
Yes.
Cameron's still the number one.
Yeah. Cameron's the number one, but Cox will chop him out and go forward when needed.
I would have thought it would be more ideal for Collingwood to find someone to replace Jeremy Howe, a key defender.
Jeremy Howe didn't play. Jeremy Howe didn't play against Adelaide the last time. We only lost by 3 points. We covered their defenders. You need
to fill him in because as Rocco said, you've got 3 big forwards you need to take care of.
It was
we beat them earlier in the year as well, and their forwards did fuck all. So I'm sure Fly McRae is confident that he can cover their forward.
Can I ask you the one question I want
to ask? The last fucking 8 weeks, mate. Your forwards have been doing fuck all for the last 8 weeks, bro. You can barely kick over 10 goals, man. Like you're acting like they're in such bad form and use it in such good form. We only lost by 3 points. You're fucking lucky to even get close to Melbourne like the week after. Before you go on, $7.99. Thank you very much. The Slobbing the Hob now. He's changed his name. We like Slobbing the Hob. He's a good one. The Dan Houston is a Gronk, and little Nick Duck also needs to be flattened, and Maynard needs to be teabagged. I don't know what teabagged is, but it sounds like it's a fun game.
I know what it is. I don't want to explain
Thanks, Slobbo. Thanks, Slobbo.
Yeah. Love you, Slobbo.
Keep going, Liam. Hey, look, you know, and you should be confident. You're going in, you've got to be confident. I mean,
I think the one question I had for me was with all the stuff that's happened in that last game and then all the stuff that's come out of that last game with things with Rankin and seeing stuff like that, dobbing him in, do you think that adds an extra little bit of rivalry, a little bit of extra spice to this game? Are you expecting there to be some sort of reaction from players out there?
I could see them coming out of the blocks really strong because we jumped them the last game. So I expect them to try and jump us in this game. But I reckon we've got the cool heads to absorb that. And as I said, I reckon we can temper their momentum, and I reckon we could come out and get the chocolates for this one. I'm confident. I reckon we can do the job.
What do you reckon, Mark? You've been quiet. I know you're a Collingwood lover.
Here we go. Now he's another one's gonna lay the boots in. Come on, man. Your teams. You've got nothing to talk about, mate. You should be talking about cricket or fishing or horse racing right now, mate. Go on.
Forever, right? What was that? We're playing for? What did you expect we were going to do? We were just going to let you off.
You know what, Mick? I reckon you supporters are in denial, mate. To be honest, we won't
even show up. You want us to not even show up?
No.
We're going to show up, mate.
Like you're saying, finals are a different story. But I just truly believe if you're going to get a player by the name of Mason Cox to go on your side, there's some serious shit going on at Collingwood, mate. And not for anything, again, players maybe possibly wanting to leave, you know, Bobby Hill and Mychek and you know,
Bo McCreary.
McCreary.
Here we go.
You guys are, you know, up there, you're on the top, and players are starting to want to maybe look elsewhere. So that's another sign, Mick. And to be quite honest, mate, with Collingwood, kudos, mate. They made the finals. Don't get me wrong. At least one of our teams have made the bloody finals in the Forever Rivals. but Collingwood, to be quite honest, I reckon you guys are a bunch of geriatrics, man. I'm not going to get too hype into the players and so forth, but if you guys cannot beat Adelaide this week, tomorrow night, right, and go straight to the prelim, you'll go out in straight sets, and Collingwood are going to be in some serious trouble in the next 2 or 3 years. Their players are going to start leaving.
We'll always be up there, man.
You won't always be up there, mate. I'm telling you, you won't always be up there, mate. I'm telling you right now, okay?
We always have been, man. We don't bother, mate. We're always up there. We don't get the number 1 picks like your teams, mate. We're always up there, man.
Yeah, well, mate, you're not always up there, mate. You know, you get your downfalls every now and then. So be prepared that if you don't make the prelim this week, I think Collingwood are going to have to start looking a little bit. You're in denial, mate. You guys are in denial. I think you're starting to realise also that maybe we're just not right. We're just not right to make the grand final and win it. Everyone's believing that. I'm believing it. I believe that. I'm not going. They're not going nowhere, mate. They're not going nowhere. So
it's obvious. We've had
sorry, Manos out there. If you're watching Manos, but
Manny, he's right there.
Roll pies again this year.
Look, we've had a shocking second half to the year, but the bonus is that we're still there. We're top 4. That's what we aimed for. We qualified. We made it. And it's a clean slate, and we can go into this game, and anything can happen. And I'm confident.
I'd love to be
this, Rocco, this sounds exactly like us this time last year.
It does too. It does.
Yeah.
Clean
Before we go on, just before we go on, if Lucas is out there, can you get on? Yeah, because we'll get you on very, very soon. So shoot him off a message. But yeah you're right, Scotty. Mick, I know you finished top 4. We finished in the A last year. This sounds exact. Trust me, I was the biggest one. We had a live show, right, in the bye, and we just made the finals. And I was saying what you just said. You mirrored what I said last night.
Yeah, but your team's got no skin in the game, man. Your team that isn't a finals team, mate.
Exactly like what you were saying. We had just won 2 games in the last 8 or 9. We'd beaten nobody, and I sat there saying, it's a different ball game. It's a different this, and and guess what? We got a big scutter up the arse, mate. So that's what I'm expecting from your club.
Oh, man, it's going to be sweet.
It's going to be a good game. It's going to be a good game.
Yes, it is. Yep.
It's going to be a good game. It's going to be tough. And no matter what you say, Mick, I'm telling you, the pressure's on Collingwood. It's not on Adelaide. Trust me, man. The pressure is on Collingwood, mate. You got everyone against you. You're on top of the ladder.
So there's no pressure on them. There's no pressure on them. They finish top. If they lose, imagine they might go out in straight sets.
I never said there wasn't pressure on them. There's pressure on every team. On every team. There's pressure on the next final between Geelong and Brisbane. Brisbane, fucking reigning premier. Geelong at home, there's pressure on them. The other 2 games, there's pressure on them. Whoever loses out. There's pressure on everybody. I agree. But that Collingwood has got pressure even during the home and away. It's every game there's pressure, let alone if you lose.
We're used to it, mate.
If you lose, I'm telling you.
Look, Rocco, at the start of the year, do any of you boys here on the panel think that Adelaide were going to be on the top of the ladder at the end of the year?
No.
So where's the pressure in a way? Yeah.
Yeah, and that's true in a way.
Adelaide to be on top of the ladder. Really?
This was the year where all the pressure was on Adelaide, at least for the home and away. Matty Nix was going to get fired. They were expected to be a top 8 side for at least the last 3 years.
Well, yeah, top 8 side, but they finished on top of the ladder, Scotty, mate. On top of the ladder.
Yeah, exactly. They exceeded expectations. They locked in, Mark. And one of the better things that I saw this week was Neil Bullen. He was on 5AA, and this is kind of backs up our thing where we're like, we need premiership experience at our club. And I know it's a bit of a cliche, but he reminded his playing group, even though they were minor premiers, they still have won nothing.
Yeah.
And that's the mindset they're taking in.
That's fantastic. Yeah, that's right. That's exactly right.
And he won a
and,
COVID premiership, so he knows what it takes.
Yeah, that's it. The COVID premiership, exactly
Yeah.
right. And look,
Didn't
Ace,
Richmond won one of those as well, didn't they? Richmond, they won a COVID premiership, didn't they?
Yeah, the one with the asterisk next to it.
yeah, but they also
Yeah,
won.
it's like
hold on, I'll back
23
them
as
up.
well.
They also won another 2 also in that
Yeah,
period.
well, we could have won a
I
couple
can't
more.
believe how Mark can just bag Richmond. Like it just baffles me how an Essendon supporter can bag anyone, man. Like, but
Richmond,
anyway,
Richmond, yeah, okay, we can go.
that's why we love you, Mark. You just you dig in, mate. You will not let anyone.
Well, we could have won 3 premierships as well, but things didn't go away. 99 against the Spuds there.
You didn't
2000.
win 3 premierships. You didn't win 3 premierships.
We
You
could have
won
won 3
one.
premierships.
You
99.
should have. I should have also been a millionaire with 8 money and bloody women all around me. But no, it doesn't work like that. You did it.
3 premierships. COVID, they had some good players and Dusty, and they might have had maybe some drug sagas going in there along the way. You don't know. It might come back in 10 years. It might come back in 10 years that Richmond were taking drugs, and you don't know. You don't know these days anymore, boys. Come on.
I reckon Enzo Valentino has got.
Well, I think you're a bit jealous, mate.
It's great to have Mark back at his best. That's what we love, man. That's what we love. Mark back at his best. Yeah, no, you're absolutely right, man. You actually should have won 3 premierships. You're absolutely right. You should have, but you didn't.
We didn't. That's right.
All right, Mickey boy, listen, mate. Yeah, it's going to be tough. Naturally, you'll be watching it on TV. It's going to be good. Here we go. Where is he? I wanted him to comment a bit more, but he's in there. Thanks. What has he got to say? What's he got to say? I want you to say something. Give me your Manny. I want you to say something. Tell me what you think about this game, bro. Tell me what you think, mate. Should you be winning this? What's going on, Manny, mate? I need your input with at least 9 res in there, please.
He's on an island in Greece right now.
I heard.
Yeah.
He's definitely on an island in Greece watching it. So that's it. So your prediction is
Collingwood by 23.
Collingwood by 23. Fair enough. That's fair enough. And who's going to goals? Who's going to kick your goals, mate? You're going to have a naturally the little dweeb there. He'll kick 3 or 4 maybe.
It's going to be a spread of goal kickers, but I'm expecting Geordie the Goey to have an absolute beast of a game. He's another finals. He's another finals performer, as is Jack Brice. Our whole team has performed in finals before, so that's what brings me my confidence, man. I'm just.
Are you talking the Goey? Do you mean?
Wow, Jordan! Oh, how good is Jordan the Goey? In full game, trust me. Everybody forgot Jordan the Goey.
Is that what you're talking about, the Gooey?
I'm talking about the one that was had a great game against Melbourne, and I reckon he's back. He's back. He's fit. He's firing, and finals are built. He's made for finals, man.
Yeah, I just believe my prediction is all Collingwood supporters tomorrow night at about 10:30. That's what my prediction is. You guys, what's your prediction, Scotty?
Go on the Crom by about 9 or 10 goals easy. That's going to be a fun watch.
Wow.
Mark,
I'll tell you what, I've heard some really smug predictions over the course of the season from yourself, Scotty, and a lot of them haven't come to fruition, mate. I remember that in between opening round and the round 1, when you were talking to your Manny, and you were telling him, Collingwood's crap and all this sort of stuff. And,
I said you guys were going to completely fall off at the end of the year, and it's going to destroy your club for the next 5 to 10 years.
Okay.
Marco, what's your prediction?
My prediction, mate, is if Franken was playing, I would think Adelaide by 42, but because he's not playing, Adelaide by 30 points.
There you go. And Liam?
Come on, Liam, help us out here, man.
Nah, I do think Adelaide are going to win, but I don't think it's going to be as big of a margin as the other fellas. It'll be a close game. Let's say 10 points, Adelaide.
I like it. I like
Fair
it.
enough.
Well, my prediction is pretty simple. I can see my prediction is pain. A lot of pain for Collingwood. Hey, listen, win or lose, will you come back next week to give us a overall and let us know what's going to happen, whoever you're playing next week? Are you going to come back on?
Definitely, yes.
100%. And you do. You're a good man. And make sure all your Magpies and everyone get onto the Magpie Army Chronicles. And you will definitely be on tomorrow night after the game.
Yes. In the wee hours of the morning, probably starting at 12. I'm actually doing a live stream tonight. Pretty much straight after this, actually. So,
All right. So if anyone wants to get on, make sure you get onto the Magpie Army Chronicles and get on. Will Manny be on?
Hopefully, he'll have to be calling in from Greece, but we'll see what happens. Yeah.
Done.
Just a quick shout out, Bocek, who's in the chat. Just let you know, I'll probably give you a call in the next couple of days. He's offered his services to help me out with my graphics. So I'll give you a call in the next couple of days, Bocek. Top bloke.
Fantastic. We love Bocek. Bocek is a big part of the Jumper Punch crew. Hey, look at this. Look at the Carlton supporters helping out the lonely Collingwood supporters. You just sitting there bagging us, man, and we're just happy to help you out, mate. Like,
thank you so much. You got to do something.
That's it. We've got to do something. That's good on him. Bocek is a star, man. Well done, man. Well done with your channel, and good luck to Adelaide.
Thank you, guys.
See you, mate.
Thank you very much. Catch us later.
Yeah.
Hey, Mickey. Go the Crows.
Doesn't he? Don't you think he secretly wishes that they lost that Melbourne game and just saved themselves an extra week of pain?
The misery. I'm telling you, it's going to be big pain for them. They've overconfident. Anyway, I'm loving it.
We hope so.
Let's get this star on, and I can't see past his head, so I hope he's got clothes on. But let's get him on there, and we got Lucas here. How are you, mate? The Geelong Zone. Look at this bloke.
Geelong Zone, Rocco. Love you, mate. You're doing good work on your shows, mate. Hello, Liam, Scotty,
Lucas,
Mark as well. How you going?
It's great to see you, Lucas. You must be losing weight because every time you tune in, your camera gets thinner and thinner.
It is like.
We're just seeing a slither of you.
Turn your phone around the other way. Can you do that?
Could.
Move me around the other side, Nana.
No.
Wilson there.
It seems he can't do it. He can't do it because
that's fine. That's fine.
Long for you. But
Lucas,
anyway,
thank you for joining us, mate.
No, thank you, Scotty. I do appreciate it. Thank you.
Yeah, no, Rocco's a big fan of your work, so we had to go and do a bit of talent scouting for someone to chat about the Cats.
Before we go on to that, do you live in Adelaide? Do you?
Oh, that's correct. Yes.
I can tell. So how is the field in Adelaide at the moment?
Well, according to the Adelaide Nuffies, the fans in the city of Adelaide, this is the grand final, and there's no other teams playing but Collingwood and Adelaide. They're building this up like I said. It is a grand final. There's extra security.
Poor Geelong supporter in Adelaide.
The Pit and Mount Uscus announced that there'll be more security at this ground, so there's going to be security everywhere than normal. Especially around one Dan Houston and one Cranor. But no, the pressure is like a pressure cooker, just waiting for it to explode. I reckon there'll be fights everywhere in car parks. Windows will be broken. It's good. It's good like the showdown, the '90s showdown, where everything is just broken, punch-ons everywhere. So we might see that with fans. With
Mind you, Rocco. I'm not telling tales out of school here, but Luke's mum goes to Adelaide, so that he's probably referring to his windows being smashed.
He could be the one smashing the glasses, smashing the cars' windscreens there. Just tell me, is there a little, and we'll get onto your game in a sec, what is like the vibe with Collingwood sooking and dobbing on the Adelaide people there and getting one of their stars suspended for the finals? And what is the vibe? What's the feel out there by the Adelaide people?
Well, I did a video of this. I don't necessarily agree with all what happened, but I accept the punishment. I think we all have to accept it. Yeah. No! If Dan Houston's seen in the car park, he's going to get his head bashed in. They absolutely hate him. You don't have to mention his name. When he gets the ball, trust me, you're going to know about it. Along with Isaac Cranor, you're going to know about it. There's probably going to be more inappropriate comments. I hope not, but there could be more. I think you have to embrace the worst when it comes to them two players. Anything could be said. I hope not, because I don't condone it. But just prepare for the worst. I think they're just got to move through it. And when the game is finished, get the hell out of there as quick as you can. That's probably my advice.
Hey Lucas, I've got a question for you, mate. Just quickly, mate, from me, mate. Jeremy Cameron, AA captain. What do you think? Was he deservingly of being the captain of the AA side, or?
The great leader Jeremy Cameron is over the last decade. leading everything. Speaking up, doing every function. No man. Oh, come on, this is. I thought it should have been.
Now, Lucas, you wanted to have Jeremy Cameron drop to the twos this year to work on his craft. By the way.
Yeah, I said in the early rounds Jeremy Cameron should be dropped, so I'm glad he watches my show because ever since then he's been kicking goals for fun. But this is a bit like when Hawkins won All-Australian captain. It didn't make sense then, and it doesn't make sense now, but it is what it is.
What's the common denominator, Lucas?
Well, in my opinion, it should have been Dawson. This doesn't make sense, but look. It's a nice thing for Cameron to have, I guess. He's won it all, but I think it's a bit of a joke. We got two imbeciles making selection, Laura Kane and Andrew Dillon, who don't know what they're doing. They don't know what they're doing in life, let alone making selections for all Australians. But it is what it is. It's a good thing if you're a Geelong fan. But if you're a neutral, especially if you're an Adelaide person, that's another reason to hate Geelong as well, because with their captain missing out. But is what it is.
Where's related to the Catman? Manny all the way from Greece wants to know where is the Catman? Do you know the Catman at all?
I've never actually met the Catman. I've gone to games where he's been in Adelaide. I've never actually met him personally. He's the.
You could share a can of cat food with him as he's done on social media before.
I think that's disgusting, and I won't be doing that. The grandson of a Geelong legend, and he's kind of ruining his reputation when he's doing this kind of nonsense with. His grandfather was a legend at Geelong, a very good player. His father
and grandfather were premiership players for Geelong, and then
he's
Catman.
Yeah,
if you actually looked at him without all the shit on, because he's like 6'4", he's got like a proper footy player's frame. He could have been a gun player if he just didn't download the wrong firmware.
No, there is talk that he is ruining that legacy, but look, he's entitled to do what he does. But I've never met him. I've never interacted with him. So
he has funny videos.
Yeah, I think those videos are disgusting with eating cat food and Christ knows what. But that's his thing. I won't be doing that. I think taking off my shirt is the extremest I'll go. So no, I won't be eating cat food.
Oh, it's now talking about cats and cat food, and there is another final. Everyone's forgotten about this one here, but the second, I think this is a bigger game than the first one, man. Geelong v the reigning premiers at the MCG. It's going to be a big game. They're almost, I don't know who's going to be in and out for Brisbane. I don't know if a few is like Neil coming back. I'm not too sure, but almost fully fit. He is coming back, so almost fully fit. It's going to be a big game. I'm actually looking forward to this game almost more than the other game. It's going to be a good one. And almost, if whoever wins this, I think makes the grand final. Pretty sure, like if Brisbane win this, they get their final back at home, and I can see him going. And if Geelong win, well, second final at the MCG. What do you reckon, Lucas?
Well, the Geelong corporate fans, I call them the MCG fans, they get their wish being this game at MCG. Personally, I want my club to have the best advantage, and it should be played in Geelong. But no, this Brisbane.
I was going to say that, Mr. Lucas. Yeah. Anyway, keep going.
But apparently, according to the corporate fans who just want to, do the corporate things, apparently they know better than the average Geelong fan. But that's all right. But look, Brisbane are a very dangerous team. They don't fear the MCG. They have the wood over us the last 4 games. They absolutely destroyed us in Geelong 7-8 weeks ago, where it was a big game for us. We did that ridiculous white T-shirt promotion. Don't get me started on that. They pantsed us that game, so they are very dangerous. They're a team where you have to be switched on all 4 quarters, and it's going to be very close. I do remember that prelim final where we were leading at three-quarter time and they got us in the end. It's going to be a tough, tight game. It won't be a blowout like the Collingwood game. I personally believe that will be a blowout, 60, 70 points. I said that all along.
Yeah, smart man, Lucas. I like it.
But this will be very close. The problem I have with this is last week or 2 weeks ago, Brisbane kicked 15 points. Sorry, 21 points. They could kick 15 goals 5 this week. You don't know what you're going to get with their goal kicking. If they kick 15-5, we're in a lot of trouble. So our pressure needs to be for 4 quarters and early on, because if we're not, they're going to smash us. So it's a game that I'm very nervous about. But at the same time, if you want to play in the grand final, you have to either get past Adelaide or you have to get past Brisbane. Adelaide and Brisbane will say the same thing about Geelong, but they're the 3 teams for me that have a chance to win the flag, and you got to get past either Brisbane or Adelaide. We couldn't do that last year. Brisbane won the flag. We have a chance to redeem ourselves this year.
I like it. As I said, man, Liam, what have you got to say about this game? It's a good game, this game. This is a really good game.
It is. It's a really tough matchup, and I think the only reason why I'm sticking with Brisbane is because I picked them at the start of the year as my premiership team. I just wanted to ask you, Lucas, the games that you played leading up to it, you had a few pretty easy kill games. Are you worried that you haven't had a good enough preparation in terms of finals matchups or finals like atmospheres coming into this big one?
Yeah, it's a good question, Liam. I was concerned about that for the last 5 weeks. I thought we played a good team in Sydney. It's a shame at that time their finals were over, because I would have liked them to be fighting. Might have been a different result, because that first quarter, they dominated that first quarter, and then we got them in the last 3. It does concern me because we haven't really been blowing teams away, even though we've played Essendon in Geelong. That was, they really got us in that third quarter. The game was a lot closer than the scoreboard suggested. So we haven't, while we're winning, we haven't been that impressive. Unfortunately, you can only play who you play. Personally, I would have liked to play a top 8 team before the bye. But it is what it is. But yeah, I am concerned a little bit that if we bring that kind of effort in, thinking, you know what, we'll just bring previous week's effort in, we'll be okay. We won't be okay against Brisbane. If we bring that effort, we're going to get pantsed. So that does concern me a little bit, yes.
There we go.
Now, Shadu has mentioned it in the chat already, but Reece Stanley being out.
Yeah.
Bit of a blow. He's actually been quite serviceable this year.
Yeah, big Reece, big Stanley has been quite serviceable. I remember late last year, everyone wanted him out of the team. They said he was no good and he was getting gold. He couldn't do it anymore. Then this year we've completely changed our mind about him. It does help when we don't have a reserve ruck or reserve ruck that's been injured in Conway. But I think, Stanley, if he is out, would be a huge blow because, he's been serviceable. Recent weeks he's gone a bit forward, kicked a goal or two. But our problem is the midfield. Brisbane's midfielders just carved us up the last 5 games, especially Cam Rayner. For goodness sake, can someone tag Cam Rayner? Anybody. A guy that really doesn't do much during regular season, but in big games, he steps up big time. And against Geelong, it's like prime Ablett. He kicks 3-4 goals, has 20 disposals. Really hurt us before he hurt us in that prelim, where he kicked 3 goals. He hurt us early in the round in Geelong, where he kicked a couple of goals. That's one person that should be paid attention to, in my opinion, is Cam Rayner.
So besides that, you go, Rocco.
No, I was going to say, it's not just Cam Rayner. They've got stars that can just turn a game. You've got Logan, you've got the Ashcrofts. One gets better than the other.
Kyle Loman.
Loman. Yeah, he's another one.
No, but you got Logan Morris as well.
Oh, you got Logan Morris. That's right. But they're just all over the place. And then you got McCluggage, who's probably had one of his best seasons. You know what I mean, mate? They are a tough side, man. And they've just come good at the right time. I know they've had some easy games, but they're also just looking primed at the moment.
Yeah.
What gives them an edge as well? I tip Geelong. Maybe that's a heart over mind thing, but they know how to play on the MCG. This isn't like a Gold Coast or Freo that's coming around. They might get nervous. They've been here before the MCG, and they've beaten Geelong previous times throughout the last couple of years. So they know how to play us. They know how to play the MCG. They'll be full of confidence. There'll be nothing to fear with them. They'll go out playing their natural game, and the pressure is really on us, to be fair, more than Brisbane. Yes, it's in Melbourne, but we lost that prelim, so we have a lot to prove, in my opinion. So it's going to be tough. It's not going to be easy. If Brisbane bring 4 quarters of effort, my God, it's going to be tough. We're going to have to play our absolute best. Anything below that, I don't think is going to be good enough. We have to be at our best with this team in Adelaide if we make it.
Yeah, well, we're pretty well covered how Brisbane can beat you here, Lucas. But what does Geelong have to do to beat Brisbane? Is it purely out of the midfield, or are your smalls going to have to lift their weight and kicking goals? Or
our forwards need to kick goals. So I think it's the forward line for me. I know I keep mentioning this, but the prelim last year, Harris Andrews really got a hold of Shannon Neal. Shannon Neal kicked 0 goals that final. He's a lot better, Shannon Neal. This is a year on. He's a more experienced, a whole lot better. So it'd be interesting to see how much has Shannon Neal learnt. Is it that, all right, Shannon Neal's going to be our future, or, okay, maybe he's not our future. Maybe we have to go in a different direction. Hence Charlie Curnow, boys.
You beat me to it.
But, look, our forwards need to be really good. Last year, Cameron had a poor game. Was really poor in that second half. Ollie Henry kicked 4 goals that game. He's not playing. He's not playing this game. So there's already a blow there. As much as we can laugh at it, but he did kick 4 goals in that prelim. So we are down personnel when it comes to that. So we need to, I think we need to start very well early. If we can start well early, put pressure on them, we can beat them. But I expect Brisbane under Chris Fagan always to bring a 4-quarter effort. Now, I know Brisbane the last 6 weeks, right, haven't been as good. They've been up and down. They lost that horrible game to Sydney. Then they go to Fremantle and beat Fremantle. So, again, you don't know what they're going to bring. They looked for 1 quarter against Hawthorn. I thought Hawthorn should have won that game, but they kicked 21 points. In the end, they should have absolutely blitzed Hawthorn. And like I said, that concerns me because they could come out, kick 15-5 and just destroy us. So we need, our midfield is okay. Neil is going to be back. Neil always has good games against us. He has his 30. I think that needs to be accepted. But I think Bailey Smith is a huge inclusion. He was with Bulldogs last year, or he's not even playing. So he needs to have a good game. Max Holmes, he got injured in the 3rd quarter. where it took Chris Scott an age to take him off. So that's going to go good against us as well. Well, if our players do what we do all year, just be consistent for 4 quarters and fight early, I think we'll be okay. But like I said, it's not going to be easy. This is a serious team that does not fear the MCG, does not fear Geelong. They've bet. It's a fun fact here. They've bet us in 3 different venues the last 2 years: MCG, Geelong, and Brisbane. So they know how to beat us, and they know how to win on the MCG.
Lucas with the stats, I love this.
Yeah. It is an interesting comparison you bring up, though, Lucas, because Geelong, you look at them objectively, and that is their strength. They are the most consistent side. They are the benchmark of the competition. And yet that consistency is their strength. Unfortunately, Brisbane are just chaos. Like, they just turn it on whenever they – not when they want, it's just whenever they feel like, you know. It's going to be a cracker of a battle.
Yeah, I can't wait for this.
I've turned into a statistician wanker here. Sorry about that.
A spreadsheet fucker.
Yeah. No, look, I respect a team like Brisbane severely. Like teams like Collingwood, I don't respect. You know, we'll smash them if we played them. But Brisbane, like they deserve everything they get because they're a wonderful team. Chris Fagan, you know, he started this team. They were bottom when he took over. He's done extremely well. You know, this could be Hawthorn's 3-peat. You know, this could be Richmond's 3 premierships. This could be start of their 3. So, in my opinion, like I said, we need to get past them to win the grand final. This is a good start. Chris Scott's finals and record in finals is not great. We've lost 6 prelims, which I've been outspoken about that. The average Geelong fan, or the hardcore Geelong,
Lucas.
Yeah,
you got to make him.
You got to make him. Of course, you got to make him, but how many's too many? You know, Ken Hinkley lost 4. He got sacked. So if Chris Scott loses 7, what do we say? You know, someone has to take accountable. So I just want my team to win. That's all I want. I don't care about the Geelong corporate fans. I don't care about them. And I think this game should have been in Geelong. I understand why it isn't. We all do.
Man, stop saying that. Jesus Christ. Why would you go and play at a second-rate stadium there? Seriously, bro, man. No, you seriously want to play? Is that how worried you are? You play your best at the MCG. Forget about that bloody shit stadium over there, and worry. You're playing at the G, mate. At the G, 100,000 people.
Well, if the Victorian government actually instead of rebuilding parts of Geelong every 10 minutes and actually tore it down and built a new stadium, we'd be all right. Probably in conversation for another.
He just paid for a new stadium, $250 million, Lucas.
I love it.
That would be all right. But look, I want the best advantage from my team. You know, I understand the corporates and that's MCG and that, but I think our best chance of beating Brisbane is at our traditional home ground. That's my opinion. But you know, finals are not played in Geelong; it's played at the MCG. In order to win the flag, you have to get past this juggernaut team. So I've accepted that, and it's going to be a hell of a fight, hell of a game, in my opinion.
What I heard there was, right, we're not going to win because you said our best chance. Right? So what I heard there is we're shitting ourselves, we're not going to win, and we're looking forward to the next week to be playing either Hawthorn or Gold Coast or something. I don't know what the crossover is, but yeah, that's what it sounds like. And I think already you've lost the game in your mind. And so what is the final score going to be, Lucas?
I think this won't be a low scoring game. I think it'll be pretty high because both 4 lines are very prolific. Capable of big scores. I think again, like I said, Rocco, this is a heart over mind situation. My head thinks Brisbane. I think they're the better team. 6 weeks ago when I came on this show, I said there are probably 2 teams better than us. 3 teams, Brisbane, Adelaide and Collingwood at that time, though Collingwood have fell off a cliff. How great is that? Collingwood falling off a cliff. Fantastic. They want to sign side bottom. Well, I can't wait till sign bottom sides next year so he can stat pad to his 400th. That'd be great. But Collingwood have fallen away, but I was nervous. The mind thinks Brisbane by probably 50. I think it'll be close. I don't think it'll be 30, 40 points. I think it'll be close. My heart says Geelong probably by 10, but, putting it all on the house, probably Brisbane by 15, 20, but I hope Geelong wins. It's a game we need to win. But what I can't stand, Rocco, if we win it and we lose another prelim, we beat a good team, we lose to fucking someone like Collingwood, that would not sit well with me. That would be disaster, and then I would be anti-Chris Scott, very much so. Can't happen.
We'll take it, and we'll swap coaches, and you can have Voss, and we'll take Chris Scott any day of the week, twice on Sunday, and we move forward. Happy fucking team there. Yes, let's not worry about the prelim. Let's worry about getting through this first one. But you guys, Scotty, what do you reckon?
Yeah, if anybody wants to hear my full thoughts on the game, go back and watch the Geelong Zones Monday Fun Day from this last week, where I shared my thoughts. But I agree with Lucas. If Brisbane win, it'll be probably around the 20-goal mark. 20-point mark. Sorry, 20 points.
Chris can definitely go there.
No, 20 points. 20 points. It's probably going to be the highest quality game that we're going to see the whole weekend. It might, there might be another game that entertains us more, but this is where we're going to see our best footy this first week of finals by far.
I agree. Friday night's going to be a big night, man. Mark.
Yeah, looking forward for this game, boys. Looking forward. Few massive points there, Lucas, mate. Firstly, I think that Geelong should have been playing at their home ground, regardless. I don't care, MCG, fucking VFL Park, whatever the case may be. They've played most of their home games at DMH Stadium. They should be playing their final there.
Yeah.
Brisbane, they play some good football at the MCG as well, so that's probably the downfall. Yeah. I'll give you a tip. Reece Stanley, possibly on his way out. Maybe Geelong should be looking at maybe Sam Draper coming through towards Geelong. So that's a bit of a point there for you, mate. So,
you're trying to give him away, Mark. You're trying to sell him.
Well, if he's out there, you might as well.
Does anyone want Draper?
South Australia shouldn't be going to the Cruiser Port.
Lucas was saying that they've got no other ruckman there, so they might as well go and chase bloody Sam Draper and get the best of him. But look, spot on. I think Brisbane will be just a little bit too strong for you boys on Friday night, and they'll win by 4 goals. But the game should have been played in Geelong.
100% agree with you. I wouldn't mind Sid Draper. Sorry, not Sid Draper. I wouldn't mind Draper at Geelong. Problem is he's injured. He'll be out for half the season. That's Correct. The only downside. So that's not good for us. If Reece does retire, then we'll be in real problems. But the only trade I want is Charlie Curnow. If Neil doesn't work out, boys, I reckon we can do a straight swap. You get a forward for 10 years.
And we'll take your first rounder and we'll take you down. The first rounder we want Neil and
maybe Curnow's just worth a pack of spuds and a couple of free logs.
Lucas, have you seen the wild rumor that Curnow is open to retiring, taking his year off, and then going to Geelong the following year? Have you read that one?
It wouldn't surprise me. We are a destination club. We always attract the big names at our club. That's our motto for the last 10 years. Very privileged.
Lucas, mate. Geelong have always been up there, successful. I wish my club was in that same boat, mate. Geelong, kudos to them, man. Mate, every year they're competitive. They're always up there, in and about, and I just wish it was just a football club doing that. But yeah, mate, they always miss out for some reason. Geelong always seem to prelims, heavy prelims, and grand finals. And always lost.
They've won a couple. You can't be too disappointed. Liam, what do you reckon?
True. I'm in agreement with everyone. I think it's going to be around that 3 or 4 goal margin to Brisbane. I think, but it's going to be a ripping game. I think Geelong can definitely do it, and I'm going to agree also. I do think it should be played down in Geelong. It's their home ground. They finished second on the ladder. They've earned a home final, and they're not playing at their home ground. I understand the reasoning why they've made the move and they're playing it at the MCG, but I think what's the point on earning a home final if it's not going to be played at home?
Yeah,
Fuck him. Man.
I feel a bit of that too.
Hey, shut up. Is this what we're talking about?
Where's your
Brisbane are
home
gonna
ground?
fuck you
Where's
now.
Carlton's home
You're
ground?
gonna go on there and you're gonna fucking be thinking about your stupid home ground there with 25 people, right? And Brisbane are gonna come out and absolutely punish you so hard. And then Chris Scott will be signing to Carlton the week after. You lose to whoever shit side you'll be playing the week after.
Well, I tell you, Rocco, whether it's at Geelong, Antarctica, Hong Kong, I don't give a damn as long as you don't be doing that stupid white t-shirt promotion, the most ridiculous thing in the club's history. Absolutely ridiculous. It can be played anywhere, man. As long as you don't do that bloody game, that's ridiculous.
That was true, man. That
You
could
wouldn't be saying that if you
be-
didn't get absolutely fucking pumped by Brisbane that same night in Geelong.
Oh,
If you
know,
guys
if I was
won,
the
you would have
Brisbane-
loved it.
If I was a Brisbane Chiefs fan, I'd be wearing white t-shirts this week, man. Just to like, No, you're absolutely right, man. You're absolutely right. Hey, Lucas, thanks, man.
Well-
You've been great, man, and good luck to your team. I actually don't mind if either one wins, but I just think that Brisbane will get this one. But if you win, I would not be surprised at all. So good luck to you, bro. And win or lose, we'll see you back next week.
Thank you. Yeah, thank you, everyone. Thank you for having me on. You've been kind. Thank you, Scott, for coming on to my shows. I'll try to get you, Rocco, on my show one day. We can have I'll get. You can always come on, Liam. You know, Mark, Rocco. I've been trying to get Bo into my shows. He loves his WWE. I love my WWE, so we can talk about that, talk about the wrestling. But no, I really do appreciate it. You've shown me a lot of love on here, probably more than my own show in the Hoops Crew. But that's all right. That's all right. No, I really do appreciate it, and I'll see you next time. Goodbye.
Thanks, mate.
Hey, Lucas.
See you, brother.
Love you, mate.
Fantastic, mate. He was good value.
He's
really good.
he's a
value,
superstar, man.
He's a
Yeah.
superstar.
As I said when I went on his show, if you want high grade, intelligent football content, of course, you go straight to the Geelong side.
The Geelong zone. It's actually not a bad show. It's not a bad show. Consider it. All right. Now, Scotty, are you going to stay with us, or did you have something to do?
Do we have someone to come in for now,
Yes,
or?
I
don't mind jumping out, but that's fine. I've had an absolute blast tonight. It's great, but like I said before,
you did say you had something to do at about 9:30. So
that's all good. Cheers, everyone. Thank you so much. Before I leave, I'd like to drop a TJP exclusive. Now, this is a sizzling hot rumor that's been around for a while, but I can confirm. Actually, Robert Galicchio first brought this to my attention, and I did a bit of research. And then there's a fellow in the chat by the name of Horatio Fitzbastard who also brought this mail to me, and I've also confirmed it. Now, we're all aware of the great Jed Lamb at the Warragul Football Club.
Yes.
Unfortunately, they lost their first final in 10 years against Morwell on Sunday. However, I would like to announce a big signing for head coach for 2026. Get ready. It is the man himself. He's got his own medal. Gary Ayres will be coaching at the Warragul Football Club in 2026.
That is a big one, man.
I got no fucking idea what he's doing here, but I would just like to let that one slip. Don't tell anyone, fellas, but that is a TJP exclusive.
I love it. That's sick, man. That'll definitely bring some people down to the ground also if you see the great Gary Ayres.
Port Melbourne coach.
Wow.
Yeah, then I think he was at Montrose or something. And now the mighty Warragul Gulls. Gull Vegas, baby. 26 is our year.
That's it. I love it.
Love everyone. Thank you so much. Have a good one. And enjoy your time watching the footy this week. I'll see you next week.
See you,
Bye.
Scotty. What a star, man. Thank you very much, Scotty. All right. While we go through the other games, I've got my great friend here. He's going to come on and help us out, join us. Andy from the Monday Blues. How are you, Andy?
How are you, lads?
Oh, how we doing?
We've
going on?
been having a deep conversation about a lot of things. Sauce, Curnow, trades, new rule changes, Collingwood getting thumped. It's been a big show, man. So, yes, I don't know if you caught up in any. Have you got any thoughts? While we got you there, you got any thoughts on some of the trades and some of the moves that have been happening?
I've said this before. I'll say it again. Anybody who doesn't want to be at our club can get fucked. I don't care who you are. I don't care.
I love it.
If you're not with us, you're against us. That's the way I'm looking at it. We're rebuilding the culture. We're rebuilding everything. So if you don't want to be part of it, on your bike, literally for Charlie Curnow, get on your bike. So
100%, man, and that's what I said. And also, I was saying the one that got me, Andy, was not that it got me, but kind of surprised me was a lot of the Elijah Hollands asked to go and check out other clubs. Yeah, I like that. Yeah, I thought they would say, you know what, you got one more year. We're going to give you a chance. You know what I mean? So we'll give you next year. We'll see how you go, because he did play in the reserves. It's not like he didn't get back to footy.
Yeah.
So maybe there was his turn there. And I thought, oh, yeah, that's what I thought would have happened. But I'm actually happy what they've done. I'm actually happy with what they've done. But it did surprise me a bit. It surprised me a bit to say, because you know he was talented, the kid.
Yeah, and when we're really not used to Carlton making tough choices like that.
That's
usually
right.
where that nice team puts our arm around him and gets him, you know, we'll probably extend his contract as well, just to give him a little bit of security. But I like that we were proactive and told him, listen, you're probably not going to get a game next year. Look elsewhere. It's probably in your best interest to look elsewhere. And I think the club's told him that they're not even going to seek anything for him. He has to do the legwork. So if he wants to get a game next year, you got to get it elsewhere, because it won't be at Carlton. So
Well, I'll ask someone
I'm
like,
proud of it.
And I said that I loved it when I heard that was one of the, like, they've been doing some other moves, getting rid of some coaches, and you know they stuck firm on TDK and Jack. I love that, but that kind of made me think, wait a sec, they really are being hard-nosed now and saying, right, we've got to change the culture, because I've heard a few things come out of Wiedering's mouth and Walsh's mouth to say that they're thinking exactly the same. If you don't want to be here, off you go. He made a few statements about leaderships, people not standing up at the right time and that, and I think he was having a crack at TDK and Sauce about that. I think Wiedering's kind of sick of what's happening. So to me, I hope there's also a captaincy change next year. Tell me something, Mark. Would you be happy for someone like an Elijah Hollands to come to your club? Now, just mind you, you probably haven't seen a lot of him, but he's very talented. The bloke is very, very talented.
Yeah.
But he's got issues. He's got issues.
And that's the thing. You grab that player into your club and continuously brings those issues to your club. And I probably wouldn't take him on. You know what I mean? Any player that's got issues, you're taking a big risk. You're taking a big risk, regardless of how good that player is, you know. And an example of Bobby Hill, you know, he's got some issues now. There's other teams that are out there trying to poach him. Yeah, he'd be great at your club, but would you really want him there, knowing that potentially it could arise again, you know? But you were spot on about Andy, about, you know, saying, you know, look, all the players, you know, if you don't want to stay here, fuck off, piss off. We're rebuilding. I'm a true believer, guys, that we can say it, but we're not the ones in there to make it happen. You know, we can fight. We can say, you know, piss off. We're rebuilding now. We want to do this. We want to do that. We want to do this. But what are we going to do? What can we do? What can you do, Rocco? What can
At the
you
end
do?
of the day, I've said this before, like, we really, as supporters, we can't do anything. All we can do is what we're doing now and just keep voicing your opinion.
Correct.
You can't stop. Maybe you could stop going to a game. You can't stop becoming a member when you're a top member. like a
No.
Legends member, because what
No.
happens is you lose your spot and you don't want to lose that, right? So
Correct.
you can't do that, right? Maybe, I mean, Carlton fans maybe did voice their opinion a bit by not attending the last few games and that. They were very down. So maybe that was something. But you're right. Apart from voicing your opinion, right? And Paul has said this on the show before. Hey, it starts with the fans. It starts with the fans, mate. The supporters, not even the fans, the supporters. If the supporters don't stand their ground and expect only the best, right? What do you think the team's going to be like? Well, we have to accept it. We can't accept mediocre performances. We can't clap them off. I don't want to clap them off anymore.
How long are you going to wait to expect what, Rocco? That's the thing. It gets to a
I
stage.
didn't want to wait.
What is the supporter going to do? What can they do? They can't do anything.
Keep voicing your opinion. Keep voicing it.
We're privileged, right, to have platforms and to be able to speak our voices on platforms like this.
Correct.
And you know, it can be easy to think, man, we're just complaining, we're just sulking.
Yes.
You know, no one's actually listening.
Yeah.
Just an example from our club. Rocco, the president came out and spoke to Terry.
Yep.
I don't think that's something to just be like glanced over. That's the president or like somebody at the club saying, hey, that noise coming from that section of the supporter base is getting louder. We need to bridge that gap now. Because, you know, I don't know how it is at like in your clubs, but there's definitely a gap between you know, board level and even just regular club level and supporter. There's a massive divide.
That's right.
So I think that was maybe the president or someone at the club telling the president just to hit that red button, that emergency button, and let's try to bridge the gap, because as supporters, as members, your voice has to count. And the minute you feel like your voice doesn't count anymore, that tells me more about the club than you as a supporter, or what you are or aren't able to do as a supporter. So I think it's really important to not lose sight of just how far your voice can go. And like I said, we are so privileged to be able to speak on platforms like this.
Correct. Yeah.
So, man, if you can get, you know, even like how many people here? There's 60 people in the chat, right? Like if there's 60 people, mate, they know someone. They're going to have that conversation that we're talking about. They'll have a conversation with someone. That's 120 people. They're going to speak to someone. All of a sudden, it just keeps growing and the noise gets louder. And clubs end up having no choice but to listen at the very least. So I think, like,
is that why maybe a lot of clubs are trying to shut down a lot of these podcast shows where we are too opinionated about what we believe and what we discriminate against, you know, like, you know, the players or the club or the presidents and so forth. That's what's happening as well, you know, because you know it's affecting, you know, their decisions of what they need to make going forward. So, you know, it's a catch-22 at the moment, I think, but it's more about, I think we can keep on, like, you know, telling players to move on and like, I could not say to Zach Merritt, move on, piss off, go. If you want to go, go. You know, I believe that. Why stay? What's the reason why you want to go? What I want to know the reason why that player wants to leave. Then I can make my judgment and say, well, the club's not doing something right for these players. There's something wrong there. For players to leave your club, players in that caliber, as a Zach Merritt and a Sam Draper and you know, a Jordan Ridley, where you feel these guys have been playing for the last 10 years at the club, why have you made that decision to just want to leave?
From your perspective, why do you think they do want to leave?
Well, obviously because there's no success. That's number one. The player wants to win, you know, and obviously there's always issues about money. That's the last thing I always look at, money. To me, I believe a player wants to play football. Mate, I'd play football today for nothing. I'd play for nothing. I'd play for any club for $0. Don't worry about my future. My future is goes on after I'm 32 years old playing football. It's about now. Play for your club and get an income that's you think is reasonable. You know, $800,000, $900,000 a year. That's you know. But yeah,
that all comes down to, first of all, thanks to Oz, just gifted Jumper Punch membership. Thank you very much. You're a star, Oz. You support us and also the Monday Blues. Yeah, he's a star. I've lost my train of thought. There.
It's the player not moving forward because of the reason of why the club's not moving forward, and they'll leave. And that's why you've got now Carlton and Essendon, St Kilda. You know, don't worry, St Kilda and you know, like North and the Bulldogs. Teams and players don't want to go to these clubs anymore. They don't want to go.
I think it starts again with first of all on a few things with the culture of especially our clubs. Like if you look at it, as much as I stir you, Carlton and Essendon are on par, mate. We're both disgraces. 25 years, 30 years. Yeah, you can joke around as much as you want. They're fucking both shit, mate.
Correct.
We're a disgrace for two of the clubs that are two of the biggest clubs in the history of the game have been a disgrace the last 30 years, right?
Yeah, that's right.
So it's about culture, but like I joke around with your drug fucking, but that was culture, bro. That was culture with you blokes, you know, and it hasn't been fixed. We've also had a bad culture over the last 30 years, you know, and we've got to fix that. And I think it all starts now with this change of mentality of why do you want to be here? Do you want to be here for the right reasons? You know what I mean? Yes, some players will move on for money. I do realize that, you know, but at the end of the day, if you can get enough players there for the right reasons, and like you said, we want to win grand finals. That's what it's all about. That's why we're playing. I've said this before about TDK. I know that's lotto money, $1.8 million a year. But when he was getting offered like 1.5 and we were probably giving him 1.1 or, you know, that kind of off, I was thinking, what is 300 or 400 grand at the end of the day? A couple of mil? Is that what we're worried about? A couple of mil, right? When you're already earning $7 or $8 million.
At that age.
Right?
At that age.
You're already going to earn 7 or 8, but now you're going to be earning 10. You know what I mean? Is that what it's all about? You know, isn't the premiership what it's all about, you know? But it's not, you know what I mean? It's moving, and we've got to move away from that. We've got to move away from that. And we've got to get to the stage where, Silvani, yep, great name, off you go, I don't care. TDK, you want nut? This is what we're going to give you. Move on. Elijah Hollands, we already gave you a chance. Too late. Your chance is gone.
How long is our supporters, these supporters like, you know, ourselves, are going to wait for this culture to change? How long is it going to be, Rocco?
Forever. We'll wait forever. We'll wait forever. But that's right. Yeah. But we've got to demand it, and we've got to demand it. And I'm telling you, things like what we do, like, all right, so you know, tonight we've had like 100 people watching at one stage. Monday Blues, you got the JP, we got our shows. That works out to thousands of people who have seen this content. That works out to thousands of people. We have to keep voicing it. And Andy was 100% right. The president come out and spoke to a social media guy. That's what he did. He spoke to a social media guy. When that happened, to me, that showed that they were under pressure and shit was happening. Who the fuck goes and speaks to us like some bloke on bloody YouTube? You know? Correct. But they knew, and that showed there was a change. And to me, Carlton have an opportunity to actually embrace the social media, right? Because we are one of the biggest social media outlets, the Carlton Football Club, because between all our shows, I've never seen any other team have as many shows as the Carlton Football Club. They've got a chance that we can unite everyone and become a force. Stop trying to fight against us. Stop trying to fight against. We're not your competitors. We want to all work together, you know, and the sooner they realize that, the quicker this will happen. So don't think that Andy's right. Don't think that your voice doesn't count. Your voice counts. And you're all privileged. I've said this to other people. You're privileged to be on this show, to even have a chance to have your fucking say. Or else you'll be sitting there arguing with your brother. And that's the only people that you'll be talking to because no one else wants to listen. We're all privileged, and everyone in the chat is also privileged that they get a chance to have their say. Liam?
Boom. Yeah, you've hit a lot of big points there. I'll go back to the start of what you first asked, Mark. With Elijah Hollands, if he was to come to Richmond, I'd say potentially. He's, from what I've seen from him, he played at Gold Coast as well. He started there, did he?
Yeah.
He looks like he's a pretty talented footballer. I think the big question with him now will be who wants to manage him. More obviously in a football sense, he's good, but with all the extra drama and off-field situations, you need someone to manage him. Personally, where we're at right now, I don't think he'd be the right fit for us. Maybe there's another club that do want to take a chance on him because he's a gun footballer. Yeah, we'll have to see. But I wouldn't say it's career done for him. But in terms of Carlton making the call on him, I think it's a good job. Clearly, things need to change inside your club. Clearly, your culture's got to change. You're making a stance. It may be unfortunate for him, but he's the one player who's being made the example of. But clearly, you guys are saying, no, something needs to change. We don't want that in our club. We're changing our culture. So it's a good move from Carlton. I think he's done a good job there. Then with all this talk about social media stuff and things like the Jumper Punch and all these fan channels and stuff, do they make a difference? Yeah, absolutely they do. Like I said, we've kind of got a platform where anyone can jump on and listen to us chat. Now, while we may not be the big executives or the big decision makers on the board or anything, people value our opinions because we're the fans. And at the end of the day, even if you say a club is run like a business, any business job is to satisfy its customers, which in this case, customers for football clubs is its fans. So if we're out here and you've got all these people talking, saying negative things about your club, it's on the club, it's on the business to say, hey, we're not satisfying our customers. What do we need to do to fix it? Why are they coming on channels like the Jumper Punch to have a whinge about things that are happening? So yeah, I do think social media is good. Should they get rid of it? No. What are we doing wrong? What's wrong with having an opinion? We care about the club, like you said.
I love it, and actually, the way you the way you said that about the business, and I suppose you're right, and I never really thought about it like that. Yes, it is a business, but what's the business's goal is to keep their customers satisfied, or else the business will fold. And you're right, and we are the customers.
That's me though. I'm a sport management student, so
I love it.
That's how I think, but it's true. Like you say, Carlton's problem is that they run the club like a business. Well, if you're running your club like a business, well, shouldn't you be worried that your fans are upset?
I like it. That was fucking well said, man. You kind of
sports management business. So, like any sports, any player or any kind of sports management business. Give me a little bit more info about that, my friend.
Before I forget, thanks to Oz for the $2. Carlton's last grand final win was September 30th, 1995. Thanks for reminding us there, Oz, mate. You're a great man, and I didn't know that.
He is.
I didn't know that was the last time we won a grand final. Thank you very much.
I wasn't here for that, mate.
Yeah, I was there for that. Yeah, and just Enzo has got a point here. Invite Elijah on Unfiltered show. Imagine Rocco and Elijah on the couch. And any questions can be asked. You know what? I might shoot out a thing because he might not have a club to go to, so he might be looking for a gig, mate. So we might get him on the week after grand final. Me and Andy start Unfiltered. We've already got a couple of guests lined up, and I'm speaking to another one, Andy, that could be very interesting to get on there. So another interesting profession we'll be looking into. So yeah, and anyone that's out there, if you're interested in coming on to Unfiltered, if you've got like an interesting job, maybe you're a flat earther, I don't know, anything that you think that's interesting and that you want to talk about, shoot us a DM, either me or Andy, and and you can jump on, man.
For sure.
Yeah,
For sure.
So, well, you know what? While we got you there, we had 2 more games. You want to quickly have a look at these other 2 games? I think they're very interesting. The first one I think is going to be the GWS and Hawthorn. Anyway, that's the one we'll look at.
I just want to go back to the Geelong Brisbane game.
Go.
I actually think the winner of that wins the grand final.
I do too.
I
do
think
too.
everyone else is just playing for second place. I think Geelong is. I think Geelong's a great side, and you know they're going to play in Victoria. I don't think Geelong has to travel at all, even if they lose. I think they play all their games in Vic. I could be wrong.
If they lose, they would stay here, and if they win,
they might have to go to Adelaide.
They might have to go to Adelaide, and it depends. Yeah, they might have to go to Adelaide. Yeah,
that's why I think it's so important for whoever wins tomorrow, or I don't know. I don't even know when it is. Saturday. Whoever wins, it's so important. And as for Adelaide versus the Filth, I hope Adelaide win by 4,000 points.
Oh, I can't.
We all do.
Yeah,
we all do. I'm so looking forward to the next 2 nights. I'm going to be sitting back and watching these games. I'm so looking forward to the next 2 nights. Yeah, and I think Adelaide will win. Oh, and you said that you think the winner of Geelong and Brisbane will win the grand final. So who's winning out of Geelong and Brisbane then?
I think Geelong's had an easier run. Then the flip side is Brisbane has those really average games in them. You know, like they drew with North, they lost to Sydney.
Yeah.
They can kick, 10 goals, 50. So
they did, and they've done that before.
I'm gonna tip Brisbane. I'm gonna tip Brisbane.
Yeah, I went for Brisbane too. I think they'll come good, man, and they'll get that home final, the preliminary, and then they're back at the G. So I'm picking Brisbane too. So I think they're good. They got some match winners, Brisbane, bro, all over the game, all over, man. If you look at if we could have 2 of those players, like just pick 2, the Ashcrofts, any of them, just pick 2 of those goal kicking fucking midfield forwards.
Give me Eric Hipwood at this point. Just give me that spud.
I'm telling you, give me 2, and if you give me 2 like Rayner and let's say an Ashcroft or someone, I'm going to win the grand final.
Rayner's one of my favorite players in the league. I think he is a genuine star.
Because he turns it in 5 minutes, mate. He turns it in 5 minutes.
He's an animal. The Geelong kid before, the Geelong guy, killed me. Absolutely killed me when he's like, if we lose a prelim, we'll sack Chris Scott. I'm just like, bro, we're not winning games and we're keeping our coach.
I know.
This bloke's upset that they're going to lose a prelim. He's going to sack his
And he
coach.
said it, he goes, how many prelims is too many?
Yeah.
Like 7?
He's got a point. He's got a point.
Yeah.
He's got a point.
Yeah.
Oh, has he, man? I wish
They
I was
won a
in
grand
7.
final 2 years ago, 2 or 3 years ago.
They won a grand final 2 years ago. They've won 2 grand finals in that Chris Scott kind of era.
Yeah.
They've always been up there. And he's 8, but that's the ruthlessness you need, mate.
Exactly.
And I'm not saying they would do that, but you think about it. I always go back to Carlton in the 80s and 90s. Remember, we were in 86, we won 87. We went out in straight sets in 88, and then we sacked Walls in 89. Just like that. That's how ruthless we were. It was just not good enough, man. Move on. And now you're right. Now we're doing 5-hour board meetings to tell the coach, you could stay for another year, while we're working out. So
Yeah.
It's fucking tough, but that is funny, man.
Culture.
It is a culture, man, and this is what I'm saying, and this is what I'm wrapped, man. And we need this culture. We need to start getting ruthless, man. We need to start getting ruthless, and you're not good enough, go, mate. I don't care, because remember, Charlie Curnow, mate, if you win a premiership, you're not even going to be thinking about Charlie Curnow or Silvani. You know, you're only going to be thinking about the players who are holding up that cup, you know, like you don't care. Like, I don't care. Is Charlie Curnow one of the best forwards? Yeah. Does he want to go? Maybe. All right, let's get the best deal and move on, mate. Like, I'm not going to think twice about him. I'm not going to. Hey, if I'd even get rid of the captain. I'll tell you right now, if there was a deal and he wanted to go, I'd get rid of him. Like, seriously.
Anybody.
Like, I love him, but mate, I want to win premierships, bro. It's simple. It's simple, man. This is the first game that's going to be the first elimination final on the Saturday. Yes, GWS, they're primed to maybe win a final or two, and Hawthorn also could win this, but it is all over at NG Stadium. So it's going to be a tough game. Going to be a good game. What do you reckon about this game, guys?
Yeah, it's
It's
certainly
the hardest one to tip, actually. Hey, I don't know who I think is going to win. I think Giants have beat them in all 6 games up at NG Stadium. So that's a concern for Hawthorn. But I have a feeling Hawthorn are going to do it. I don't know. I just feel like the Giants have been too inconsistent this year.
Yeah.
I think that's the beauty of the season. There have been so many teams who had their good run and then kind of had that weird patch, and so it kind of evens it out.
Yeah, and I reckon it's probably been one of the closest finals games that we've had for a long time because, you know, like I said, missing out the Western Bulldogs 14 wins. That's crazy. You don't see that very often. So it's going to be a ripper of a game, I think, this game. But the package, Jakey Stringer, he's back in for the GWS Giants. He could be the X factor. So I think the Giants will win because of Jake Stringer. So they'll win by a couple of goals, GWS, I think, this week.
Yeah, I just quietly, Rocco Mora, we didn't go out straight sets. You're absolutely right. We did beat Collingwood. That's the last time we played Collingwood in a final, and we did beat them in the qualifying final. But then we went out after that. Yeah, so yeah, no sorry sets. Well done to Rocco Moro. You met Rocco Moro at the live show, Andy.
I did. What a legend!
Yeah.
Coming down from WA. What? What an
He came down to Remix Mania too, man. He was pumping along, and Liam was at Remix Mania too. He was
it was fantastic.
Massive weekend.
My missus got absolutely smashed. My missus walked in and was like, "What the fuck is this?"
That's I'm telling you, it was like I said this last night when I walked into Remix Mania. I was one of the first to walk in. I got there in early. But then the people that were walking in, it was like a scene from Star Wars, you know, when he goes into that galactic fucking bar in the middle of nowhere and they fucking walk in and there's just all these weird-looking blokes, you know, just staring back. That's what it felt like going in there. People wearing belts, dressed in their fucking thing. I'm thinking, what is going on here, mate? But it ended up a really good night too that night, man. The music was pumping.
Bo did so well, man. Congrats to Bo. If Bo's watching, congratulations, Bo. Great night.
Relax. Yeah, no, Bo is watching. He's a star, man. He done such a good job. Had such a good time there. Yeah. So, yeah. Did we give our tips?
Let's go. Hawthorn by a goal.
By a goal. Fuck, that's a big good game. Andy?
I'll say Giants by 13 points.
Marco.
Yeah, like I said, mate, GWS by 2 goals.
Yeah. I think only because of the home ground and you know, GWS haven't been bad over the years in finals and that. So I think they're going to get this one. And yeah, it's going to be a good game. It's actually a good final series. I'm looking forward to it.
If they lose, will there be questions around their coaching staff and maybe their playing group? Because this team's pretty good. Like I feel like they should be, you know, they should be going deep into finals.
Yeah.
What if they lose week 2? Is that the same? Like, is that the same? I know week 1 would be worse. If you win a final, you win a final. But again, another failure, you know?
Yeah. It's interesting. It depends kind of what markers they kind of had for themselves at the start of the year.
What did they win? How far did they get last year? Was it a preliminary or
I
they
swear
made week
last year they
2.
went out straight sets.
did they?
I think they did. Yeah, they made week 2. You're right. They did. They went out straight sets.
Yeah, I remember because
lost to Brisbane.
they were ahead in both games and then they choked.
Correct.
It was against
So they-
Brisbane.
They
Brisbane
finished
was
top
down
4.
and they came back and beat them.
Yeah.
Did they finish top 4 last year?
Yeah, they did. Yep.
Yeah, so if they lose again this year, like this week, well, far out, last 3 finals they've lost, you know. So I don't know, man. What's the markers, man? I don't know.
That's what I mean. Like if they lose, they'd be filthy on themselves.
If they lose, they're out. There's no second chance for GWS.
But we're saying that put a question mark on coaching and players, you know, like again.
It would, yeah. I reckon it would, 100%.
I think they'd have to reevaluate things for sure.
Yeah.
The coach wouldn't be in danger. No chance. No way. No way. You can't.
I don't think you could lose 3 finals in a row over 2 years.
Yeah.
And be safe.
Yes.
Far out. That would be a big call, man. Far.
I'm just saying,
you can give Hawthorn the benefit of the doubt if they do lose. I think you'd say, well, Hawthorn, you know, extremely have done well this year compared to, you know, last year. Obviously, have a good run, but Hawthorn, I think this year, if they do go out, I think it's probably about their par. If they do win, anything can happen with Hawthorn. But yeah, GWS have to win.
They do. I think they have to win. Yeah. So the pressure's more on GWS. Definitely more on GWS.
Yeah,
100%. Lose, you always give them a pass mark, and they go again next year.
Yeah.
GWS far out. Yeah, that would be tough. And you're right, man. They've had a good side, man. They've got good players. That side, man. Another side. If you give us 2 of their players, I'm thinking we can win a premiership, you know, like that's how good a lot of their players are, you know. So
yeah.
Very interesting. Yeah. I'm gonna go GWS, but and the next one is this one here. This one's another interesting one, the Fremantle. And look, at the end of the day, I'm thinking Fremantle's gonna win this game, being at home. They've played some good footy. I think Gold Coast did well, but I think they failed, man. They should have been top 4, man. That game they lost to Port Adelaide to miss out on top 4. I think that's a massive fail. Even though it's their first finals and they celebrated it, I think that was their final last week, and I think Fremantle will easily do them this week.
Yeah, for some particular reason, Rocco, I still believe that Freo will make the grand final for some reason, but yeah, I've been saying it for the last probably 5 or 6 weeks because I don't know, there's something about them, and they've got a massive up obviously playing at home, but Gold Coast, credit to them boys, you know, making the finals, just getting in there, beating Essendon, and but yeah, Freo I think will make the grand final this year.
Wow, that's a big call.
I've got a big rap for Freo. I had Freo finishing top 4 start of the year. They fell short of that, but I think we got to see their best in the back end. I think they went on a decent run. They've only lost a couple of games out of the last probably 12 or whatever. So I collect footy cards. I've actually got a Fremantle premiership predictor. So I've held on to it. I could have sold it. I could have sold it for $20, but I'm like, you know what? It's a nice looking card. I believe in what Freo is doing. I love what they're doing, you know, and I love their high pressure, fast ball movement, chaotic, and that forward line is they're just weapons, you know. And add
how good is Patrick Voss, man? Like how good this kid?
Stuff.
Far out, mate.
Best and Ferris, Essendon VFL, and how does that work? How does that work? And he's
definitely-
he's a hard nut player. You know what I mean? Like he's hard and tough. That's what you need. You need those players in your team now. Hard, tough. You know, they'll go in there.
He's a
Yeah,
good
he's a
kick,
good-
man. Like accurate kick, man. Like you back him nearly every time, man. Like fucking hell. Like he could be one of the most improved this year. The way he's one of the differences in their
He's the X
side.
factor. He'll be the X factor this year. He'll be the X factor for sure.
Fucking would you? If they win a
Yeah.
premiership, Boss is holding up. You'd be spewing, Mark, man. You just threw him away, man.
For nothing. Peanuts.
Yeah, but he's the X factor. If they get there, he could win best on. He really
Well,
could.
yeah, that's what I can't understand. Why get rid of him? Why delist him? I just couldn't.
It's your team, mate. You tell us.
Well, no, they were, mate. Oh, like I said, Andy was saying before, what can we do? We can only say what we can say, bring the word out there, but we're not the ones that make the decisions out here, mate. You know, like it's ridiculous. But anyway, he should have stayed at this, and he should have stayed.
You should have, but I would have left just like your captain. I'd be taken off too, man, as quick as I can, and I wouldn't even be looking back, mate. I'll be doing like Forrest Gump, mate. Just run.
Run. Nah, he's not going nowhere. He's going to stay.
Christy,
He's going to stay.
in the chat, Christy won our duck race. You got to message us on the socials. There's no way for us to actually get in contact with you. So you got to message us on our socials at the Monday Blues Podcast on Instagram.
Is it
Message
that
us with
Christy
details.
there? Is it that
Yeah,
Christy
one.
there?
Yeah, that Christy.
I check.
Yeah. You gotta message us on Instagram. So we actually have no way to contact you on YouTube. So
Yeah, so get a hold of me, even if you message us or Andy or anyone, and we'll pass on your details. So you're in the chat, so you can do it. Yeah, anyone that hasn't watched Monday Blues, make sure that they're having a break now. But seriously, I think the best and fairest this year is the duck races, man. The duck races have been the highlight of the year.
Fantastic.
They are the best. And I agree with you, man. I reckon next year there should be every week there should be a duck race with everyone in it. I don't know how you're going to do it, but that was the best duck race I've seen all year, man.
Christy, I'm on my Instagram right now. And there's nothing there. So please, Instagram, the Monday Blues Podcast. Make sure you're messaging the right people. I don't know who you've messaged, but yeah.
Quiddy Lana.
Quiddy.
So
there you
go there. This is what we do here, man.
Thanks, man.
What does that mean? What are you guys doing here? What is?
Nah, they do a competition every week. So what they do is every week the closest to the total of the Carlton game, whoever gets closest gets a $100 voucher to 123 Saigon Street.
There's nothing there in our message history. You got to message us. I'll message you now. I'll just write hi.
So they do that.
A message from us. Just message back and just let us know your details.
Yeah, so they do that, and then if there's 2 or more people that get the same total, they have a duck race, and it's an animated duck race to get the winner. Oh, there you go. So you got it. All right. So you'll get your $100 voucher. I think it's one of the great prizes all week, man. $100 voucher to what's the name of the place?
No, this isn't for that. This is usually it's Mercadante Woodfire Pizzeria for our weekly giveaway, but we did an end of season giveaway where we just gave away. Yes. I think she won either $100 or $150 Carlton voucher to the Carlton shop.
Oh, that's right. To the Carlton shop. That's right.
Correct.
Correct. Well, I'll get you back to what Bocek said. I think it's a disgrace that you are taking a break because now I have nothing to do on a Monday night. This is what happens, mate. We get so used to our shows that people just they don't know what to do anymore. But JP's going to keep going. I think you and George are going to come on in a couple of weeks too. And then, as I said, me and Andy are going to be doing Unfiltered. So there'll be plenty of stuff to do. There was another question here I'm going to ask Andy before we start making our way off. But there was a question here. Where did it go? Oh, here we go. He asked me, but I'm going to ask you. Joshua Fiala. Bayali, whatever. Rocco, would you trade Charlie for Papley and a first rounder? I'm going to ask this to Andy.
Nah,
Future or now? Future or now?
that's
Future
exactly right.
first rounder or now?
It's not about the first rounder. The first rounder for me is a non-negotiable. That has to come.
Right.
But it's the player, and I think Papley's just up there with age. And if we're trading out someone, I'd want to get someone in that can play at least another 7-8 years.
I agree.
So,
I
like,
think Papley, we should have got him a few years ago.
Yeah.
And we didn't. And that was all because of that Danaher, and they couldn't get the deal done. And he was over the line, you know. I think that would have been a good time to get him. But now, and the other thing is, I want a midfielder. I want a goal-kicking midfielder. Let's be serious.
Yep.
That's what we need, you know. Like, we've got to stop just getting players for their names. We need to get what we need. So what do we need? We need goal-kicking midfielders fast, like a Butters. I know everyone keeps saying it, but that's the kind of player, or a Goulden from Sydney. That's the kind of player.
Well, they're names. Okay, they're names you just named. Then you're looking at names. They're names.
No. They're not
Butters
names.
is not a name.
Yeah, Butters is a name. Of course, now you're being, that's stupid. Of course, it's a name. But what I'm saying is, usually we would just get a player for the sake of getting them.
For the
For
name.
the name. Like a McGovern or like a Williams, just for the sake of getting them when we didn't need those players. What I'm saying now is, of course, it's a fucking name. That's ridiculous.
Yeah.
Everyone's got a name. All I'm saying is, we need to get what we need to go what we need. We need to get what we fucking need. And what we need is midfielders, goal-kicking midfielders, right? And then I named, because they've got names, Butters.
Proven
and
names.
Goulden would be the kind of player I'm looking for. Not just Papley because it's Papley, you know, or Papley because it's Papley, right? That's not what we need at the moment. What we need is goal-kicking midfielders. And I named the two players that could possibly be up. Butters is up for contract. He's one that you could possibly get. I'm not saying we will. And Goulden is the other one, because if Sydney are interested in Curnow, Goulden will be the one I would be looking at plus a first.
Those players now are not available. They're not available.
No, Butters is available.
Well, but you don't get that player, an example, right? So you don't get him, right? But they're the player. That's the player that you're looking for, right? So where do you go? So where do you go to then? You go to the draft, don't you? You go out and look for a young kid that's.
No. If we're trading, to me, if you're asking me, if we're trading Curnow, we need an established player plus a draft pick,
100%,
or two, right? Depending on who the player is. If it's someone like a Goulden, I would go first rounder and him, and maybe swap a third for a fourth or something like that, you know, and start setting you up for the next year with Cody Walker and all that, right? That's what I'll be going for, you know. That's what I'll be going for. Butters is available. He's a chance of getting Goulden. The reason I mentioned him, if Sydney want him, just like the Judd and Kennedy kind of move, if they really want him, Carlton would go into him and go, fine, we're up for the trade.
Yeah.
You've got your first rounder, which we'll take, right? Yeah. But we also want to go. Then they'll go to Goulden and they go, would you be interested in a move? Because he's still contracted.
Yeah.
That's what the kind of deal I would like. Or else, Curnow, next year, line up in the fucking forward line, because that's where you're playing.
In the reserves.
I wouldn't even play him. I wouldn't play him.
In the reserves.
Fuck him.
That's right.
Line in the sand. How can Charlie Curnow walk back into those club rooms and look Jacob Wiedering in the eyes, look Patrick Cripps in the eyes?
That was my point earlier on in the show. That was my point. If he doesn't want to stay, why bring him back to the club? Yeah, playing back, but playing in the.
I know what you're saying.
You know what you do? You know what you do with him?
You've got to stand up as a club and say, "Oh, you're not going to give him for nothing."
Mm-hmm.
No, of course not. Yeah,
but what you do, you dress him up in his pretty little clothes. You make him prance around for the membership photos, jerseys, all that. Use him for marketing, and then make him sit on the fucking sidelines because he's a sook. He's a sook. and he's pea-hearted.
Yeah.
So to me, fuck him. I don't care. There's nothing he can do now for me to say, play him next. I know they'll probably play him if we don't trade him, but someone just wrote he's a spoiled brat, and that's exactly what he is.
And that's the thing, guys. Look, again, it's speculation. So you boys know 100% that he said to you boys that he wants to leave, or is it just?
He caught up with Dean Cox. He caught up with Dean Cox just before his flight.
He caught up with Dean Cox
after the club saying we don't want to trade him.
So it's not 100%, but as I said before, where there's smoke, there's fire. It's simple as that. And there's a lot of smoke here. A lot of smoke.
You know who's the happiest person here? Liam in that bottom right.
Look at Liam just sitting back there.
He's won his 3 flags. He's won his 3 flags. He's just had 24 first round draft picks last year. He'll have another 15 this year.
I know, Andy. That was my part 2 section of the banter, but we got disturbed at one stage, but about Richmond, about winning 5 games this year, and but we might speak about that next week, Liam, because I've got a bit of banter about the Richmond Tigers, mate. I've got some banter.
You can have a crack as much as you want. I don't mind.
Yeah,
he was giving
you guys are more accountable.
Oh yeah,
he was giving it to Liam before for winning 5 games. Essendon won 6, and he was giving it to Richmond. Like,
bro,
I don't know.
Did you see Essendon versus Richmond this year when you lost?
Right. Andy, no, it's all right, mate. It's just a bit of banter. I know. I acknowledge what's happened to the Essendon Football Club this year, injuries, and it just keeps going.
Injuries.
But at the end of the day, I'm here to banter. I've given something about the Carlton Football Club this evening about the 30-year anniversary, and I was slowly getting into the Richmond Tigers, and I'm just about ready to give it to the Collingwood supporters next week.
Just focus on your own trash, Steve.
I love it because he's got no filter. He doesn't give a shit what his club has done. He just gives it to everyone.
I have to, mate. What else can I do, Rocco? What else can I do, man?
Yeah. I love it. I'm going to give you one more, and then it has been 3 hours. I'm going to give you one more, Andy. Bocek. He's one for the panel. Does TDK and JSOS go to the BNF? That's an interesting one, isn't it?
Well, would they look TDK? I think absolutely should. Sauce shouldn't hit Sydney Road. He's not safe on Sydney Road, mate. I'm telling you. Don't go anywhere near the football club. Don't go anywhere near the casino. Jeez. Stay away from Carlton supporters. They're not happy, mate.
No.
They're not happy.
You know what I don't like about what he did was it wasn't even about going to the other clubs and that. The way he berated himself during the year and went to different clubs during the year. And it was just out in everyone's face. That's what got me. If they had did it privately and then he left, it would have been fine. But it just was in our face, man. Like he spat in our face.
And I think that's the problem. It's like, I'm not emotionally attached to the Silvani name. You know how I feel, okay?
Yep.
I did, I love Jack, right? Like Jack Silvani was the background of my phone. That one in the rain, when we beat Essendon.
Yeah, great picture.
The grey picture. That was my background on my phone for years. So I do love Jack Silvani. But what he did this year was so unforgivable. And for Craig McRae to come out and say what he said, and we had to sit there like little fucking cucks in the corner of the room and just watch heart and soul. And I fucking hate the term heart and soul. I say it all the time. You cannot put that label on any single person at your football club because things like this happen.
That's right.
So your heart and soul just paraded you and put you on show in front of the world. So unforgivable.
That's what I agree with. Yeah, I agree. And I was the same. I loved him. I thought he was, someone who played for the jumper and the family was there. But what I saw him do, and he did nothing about it. He just blatantly went to Collingwood, St Kilda, Doggies. I think he even went to Richmond or Essendon. I don't know what he did, but he went everywhere.
Came to the bottle,
just
asked for a job.
And I was a bit upset with the club too in not doing anything about that. Like I would have said something, especially after the Collingwood and the McRae shit. I would have said something. I would have done what they did to Henderson and said, you know what, you're done. Off you go, mate. You remember Henderson when he decided that he wanted to go Geelong? They didn't play him anymore and said, fine, you're gone, man. Before we go, we got a $2.99 by you know this bloke, PJ Vetter. Anyone heard of that bloke? You can read this one. Can you read that, Mark?
Rocco, which club will draft Eli Vanille? Eli Vanille.
I love what?
It's I love.
Just
I love what?
Vanille.
No, it's I love.
I love.
It's
Yeah,
I love.
I, and then you
Oh, the
got
surname's
LAV.
Vane. Ah, yeah, Vane. Okay. What's the name?
You two don't know. I think.
Rocco, which club will draft Isla Vanille? Isla Vanille.
Say it loud. Say it proud.
Say it proud.
Isla Vanille.
Oh, boy. Yeah, clip that one up, mate. Oh boy.
Oh, that is the
Should
best.
get that printed on a t-shirt.
I love Mel.
I'll do it next week.
I'm going to get it next week, man. That is superb, man. We love Andy. Yes, we do love Andy. Big Seba. Thanks to Big Seba.
Seba, the man.
All right, guys. This has been a big show. It's been good. Thanks for everyone for joining us. Everyone in the chat, make sure you push the like, subscribe. Like and subscribe. Yeah, just do all that kind of shit for us. We love it. Remember, there's heaps of shows coming up. Unfiltered, JP on the Tuesday. There's going to be a new EPL show going to be starting, so that's going to be a big one. There's a few other things. Blue Sunday keeps on going. Blue Sunday might not be on. We kind of had to pull the last one, but we're sure we're going to try a bit harder for the next one. And that's it, guys. That's it. Thanks for everyone for coming. Thanks, Andy.
Anytime.
You're a
Thanks for having
star.
me, boys.
Nah, we love it. Thank you very much. Thanks, Liam. Thank you, Marco. You've been a star, being your best self as always. And that's it. Love yous and leave yous. Go. Wait, I'm going to find the right one here. Go, the Mighty Blues. See you guys.
Come on, Richmond.
Who do you love? Who do you love?